Ain't no scraps in my scrapbook.
Boy, welcome to another episode of Good Earners reviewing The Sopranos. And here on Good Earners, we like to talk about family, finessing, finances, and feelings in the world of Tony Soprano, bringing you a new perspective, a fly perspective, and a black perspective. Man, I'm glad to be here, y'all. This is Rich. I'm just gonna throw the ball in your court. Of course, I'm not alone. Maurice Hunter III with my two capos, Spike Lou, Big Rich Town. How you fellas doing? Throw the ball in Rick's court real quick.
I'm doing well, man.
Good, bro.
Doing well.
We here. We're here at the end.
This is at the very beginning. I remember one of the first times having a conversation with Spike about anything, and mentioned that Blue Comet might be my favorite Sopranos episode.
That's where I was getting at.
It just never fails to deliver. So much happens, and you don't even know what's happening, and they don't even let you get time to breathe on it. It's just on to the next thing, and it still holds up. Still one of the. It still holds up, man. I don't know what to say. It's cinema. It's cinema, man. It's
cinema.
Incredible work. I joked with Mo earlier. In real time, back in 2007, they took a week break between the Second Coming and Blue Comet. I said we should have done that with y'all, build that suspense up, because it's almost seriously like watching it. It's a little bit like, damn, man, this is it. We about to talk about the Blue Comet. It's almost about to be over. I'm more excited to talk about the Blue Comet than the finale.
I think so. I'm with you on that. I think for me, the finale, I'm looking forward to the talking about it, the theories, probably more than anything, but really the reflection of Good Earners. Like, that's the part that we've been tiptoeing around. Let's just go ahead and get it out there, Mr. Mob Boss. That's the part I've been looking for. What about you, Spike? We're finally here. I know you had that up there as well early in our conversations, man. How do you feel being here at Blue Comet?
It's surreal, man. It's actually surreal. Like, to think we started doing this however many years ago, and to mention this specific episode is like, that's the one. Before we got into it, that's the one I knew by name. That's the one I remember. Like Bobby's my guy. I ain't gonna do no spoiling yet, but like this was. I remember watching this in real time, and you slick having to catch your breath. Like, oh, wait, what just happened? Like, no. I think I may have watched this twice when it dropped. Like, they do the re-airing like later on at night. I think I may have watched this motherfucker like twice.
Oh, I definitely would if this was if I was like into it in real time. I would definitely like.
Facts. I think I watched this twice. Because this is it, man. This is the ultimate penultimate episode.
Absolutely.
This is one of them ones.
It's crazy just talking about dates. I'm sure we'll talk about it again next week. First episode, pilot episode of Good Earners dropped January 5th, 2023. Just think about how much has changed in your life. Mo, you got a whole ass human being.
Right.
Started Good Earners.
Right.
It's kind of crazy how.
Bro, I started off with the locks, bro. Like, I had locks on here, y'all. There's footage of long, poofy hair everywhere in the show. Like,
my first appearance, I wasn't even a regular yet, but my first appearance was May 15th of 2023.
That's when I was out.
Dang.
Yeah, I did another episode, and I think I came back to the episode after that, and then I think about episode 5, if I'm not mistaken, of season 2 is when I became,
one of the
thing. I just want to let y'all know, they had the gun and sword on the table for me.
That's right.
Fingers were pricked.
Fingers were pricked.
Making any and everybody, man. It's big rich. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hey, not the little one.
One of the best acquisitions in entertainment history. I'll say that.
Look at him. See, Spike Lewis selling, boy. Hey, listen, he was a great addition to the family. One
of the best acquisitions, man.
Wasn't no crow outside.
Man, we were doing this thing, and when we had him on the episode, I had to hit Spike on the side, and I said, man, why be in the crew? Why be a gangster if we can't have Big Rich Town?
hey, Mo, it either has meaning
or it don't.
I love you guys, but I love doing this. This is excellent, bro. This is hierarchy of podcasting. So
the people that have been following probably wondering, like, what is next?
Oh yes. Oh,
y'all may get an announcement. Y'all may not, man. We're gonna make y'all wait on it.
Oh
You
yes.
might get it next week. You might get it next
Yeah.
month. Who knows?
Yeah, we will. We
Who knows
will.
with these things?
We will give y'all the layout as much as we can next week. Next week's episode will probably be a longer episode than usual, so it may take y'all a few days to finish through. But I guarantee you're gonna want to finish the Made in America with the Good Earning Crew. I guarantee that. So, but we'll reflect and do a little bit more joking and laughing in just many of the moments. Only thing I will say is, actually, I'll just save it for next week. All right. So getting into it. From the supporters of ours, y'all want to reach out, goodearnerpod@gmail.com or goodearnerpod_Sopranos on IG. This email, it says fan mail. It's from Keith W. He says, hello, my name is Keith, and I just wanted to say I absolutely love this podcast. I got into it when y'all were reviewing the second season, and I've been a fan ever since. I had been looking for a Sopranos podcast, and when I found y'all, I was very excited. Not only do you guys go into depth about the episodes, you guys also bring events of your life into the podcast, but not too much. Like the Talking Sopranos, and another positive is the chemistry y'all got. I also got to say, I love the fact I get to feel like I'm in a black barbershop. I'm black Sicilian.
Oh,
That's fire. And he says, and I haven't been around my fellow brothers and sisters much, and this makes me feel much more included with my people. Thank y'all. Keep up the good work. Can't wait to see what you brothers do next. P.S. I remember one of you asking who's an AJ fan, and he's my second favorite after Christopher.
I love y'all AJ fans, man, because it's just
y'all interesting people for real.
Yeah,
they
I know
interesting.
it's somewhere that I never can go mentally, so
Yep.
it's always cool to.
Yep.
I love different opinions and being around people like that because
Facts.
I can't imagine anybody convincing me you like an AJ. There's nothing you can say.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
respect the fact that you
Facts.
like AJ, but that's
Facts.
Can somebody sell y'all on him being more redeemable than we give credit for if they had a compelling point? Okay.
I think there are pieces of it, but I think I'm only saying that because the second half of season 6 is rough for AJ. So I'm more empathetic to AJ right now than I normally would be.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, it's really not that empathetic. Like I'm already upset at AJ again this episode. And
there's certain characters.
He gotta listen. We'll talk about it a little bit next week, man. But AJ got a weird case, man.
Yeah, there's certain characters for me. That's funny. That is funny. There's certain characters for me, like nobody could argue their likability. Like AJ is one, McNulty, Auntie Louie off Snowfall, Joffrey.
Yeah, Joffrey is up there. Like we always talk about Joffrey.
Yeah, and Walter White. Like nobody could argue me in any one of those
I
cases.
feel that way with Tariq St. Patrick.
I love Tariq.
That's my guy. That's my
guy.
guy.
You can never.
People hated him on Power. That was my guy.
Yeah, you can never. Like, Tariq is
AJ.
AJ for me. Like he's black AJ. Like I can't stand this dude.
No, come on. That's
I fuck with Tariq.
AJ can never do anything Tariq does.
Ever. I know that, but I'm just saying, like it's like you disrespectful, disloyal.
I could see you not liking Tariq though.
Like
you ain't your type of guy.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Just real quick, listen, just so there's no suspense. The Wire is not next. I just want to put that out there. The Wire is not next.
This guy busting balls.
But when we do The Wire, get ready for Spike and me to go back and forth on McNulty. I'm gonna get Spike to be a McNulty fan by the time it's over.
He's probably my least favorite.
There's no way that I can't. Man, boy, you got to be. Man, the fact that you say that, I'm here just for that alone. If you can sell, because I'm with Spike. I can't stand this dude. Like
I hate that nigga. Like he a real person.
Oh man,
I hate
you won't watch nothing he in. Like that's how I really get. It's like I can't even watch you.
You don't like Dominic West, huh? At this point,
it's almost there. It's almost there for me.
Yeah.
I respect how good an actor he is because I know he's British and stuff, but it's almost to that point where I don't fuck with dude.
That's me with Christian Bale, boy. I'm like, but
damn, what Christian Bale do?
I told you, man. I tell you this old Shaft, man. That was crazy.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, it's hilarious, but it's terrible. Like
that is hilarious.
Tell us somebody he got rhythm fighting for his life is crazy. Uh, but
That is. Y'all write in and tell us y'all least favorite TV characters.
yes, that'd be great. That'd be great. But back to Keith.
There'll be some good emails for the last one. Yeah, shout out to Keith, man. That's a great email, bro. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Black and Sicilian, and I'm glad that that you getting that connection on this side of your ethnicity. You know, just feeling a part of the club and everything, man.
Is Keith mama black or is his daddy black?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I know we do this. we know we do this.
Shout out Black and Sicilian, you rarely hear that.
Yeah,
so like who?
Yeah, we
who
need
did that?
the
Did the woman do that or did the man do that? I want to know.
We need. This is us.
His mom's Sicilian. His mom's Sicilian.
I'm thinking mom's Sicilian.
I'm thinking the moms. Keith, let us know.
I can see. I think
your mom's Sicilian.
Now, if it flips, it's gonna be even more interesting of a conversation.
Then you got to give context if it flips. Because I'm going with the mom being Sicilian.
I'm going with you too. I think but. Yeah, Keith, man, right in again, man, on that, and just share what your household is like growing up. We're black, so we're not as familiar with the multicultural household like that. But I would love to hear some of that experience, and I'm glad that we could serve as that fix and that barbershop talk you're looking for. So thank you, Keith, man. Appreciate you, bro. We got another email, subject line in at the end from Acid Jack. He says, hello, hey fellas. I got onto Good Earners 6 months ago after hearing Spike talk about it on Full Sport frames per second. And is the mic still on? Parentheses, shout out to those shows. And have been working harder than Sal Vitro to catch up.
That's fucking
man, that's good. Great. That's really good. After listening to maybe hundreds of hours of the show, I finally caught up and finally in at the end. So there's a lot of things I could say I'm not going to say, but I will say this. Even Quasimodo couldn't predict how amazing Good Earners has been. Not only, hey man, he's cooking. He says not only is it the flyest perspective, but for me, this is in all caps the only Soprano podcast worth listening to. He says I won't copy your joints more than that.
He's a good earner.
He's a good earner. I
fuck with this guy.
This is the guy right here. He says, he gonna have me in tears laughing. He says, but just wanted to send you a table of skanks and a well-deserved bottle of Cristal.
Thank you, man. That shit fly.
That ain't it. This dude is cooking, bro. I read this before, but it's even funnier to read out loud. And then he says, P.S. If Mo hasn't already said fuck this, I'll share this one quick thought after Kennedy and Heidi episode. This is good. This is so,
made it this far, Mo.
This is so good.
This guy gets the show.
Hey man, you should have been writing like
you the person we make this show for.
Yep.
Like this guy right here is 100% the person that we.
Oh, he's absolutely. He is locked in, bro. So, P.S. Tony makes June the puppet boss. He's referring to some thoughts on Kennedy and Heidi. He said Tony makes June the puppet boss, and the uncle attempts to murder Tony, his nephew. Tony then wants to make his nephew his future puppet boss, and then Uncle Tony, murders Christopher. Also, as far as Johnny Sack is concerned, Chris should stay in the car. So it's no small irony. In the car is the final place Christopher will ever be. And lastly, I never think too much about this stuff until you guys break these episodes down. But to me, that shit is wild. Real Shakespeare vibes. And all the more reason why Sopranos might one day be taught alongside the great literature. You gentlemen are true Soprano scholars. Tony C.
Thank you, Tony. That's a hell of a email, my guy.
Appreciate you, man. You're much better than Tony B.
Exactly. Hey, man, come on. Sure.
That's dope. That was a dope email. I don't even know what to say besides that.
Nah, that was fire, man.
That was fucking great.
The dedication to catch up. Like, you know how good a show got to be where you got to be like, hey, I got to get in real time. You know how good something got to be?
Yeah. Sal Vitro is hilarious. All the references were hilarious.
Everything he said.
Everything.
He
didn't miss.
It was perfect. You're the perfect good earner listener.
He's a perfect good earner listener.
ChatGPT couldn't write that.
Nah.
Right.
Them bars is crazy. All right. We ain't heard in a while from our Italian connection on the East Coast, but Chris Falone.
Hey, for long.
There he is.
This
Here
guy.
he is.
He DM'd us and he says, still working through Heidi and Kennedy, but I wanted to point something out, even though you guys might have already noticed. In Walk Like a Man, Tony comes down the stairs singing Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. This is also the song on the radio when Chrissy and Tony flip the truck. Then he says, when Tony comes down, AJ is on the couch crying over Blanca. The lyrics go, the child is grown. The dream is gone. I have become comfortably numb. Maybe meaning Tony is ready to give up on Chris and AJ, knowing neither of them will ever meet his expectations.
Good.
Hey, man, we got some lyrical listeners, don't we?
Good, Chris Falone.
Yeah, that's the second person. Somebody last week talked about
I listened to that song.
Pink Floyd song.
Oh, what you think?
It was all right.
All right, okay.
I wasn't mad at it. Not my style of rock, but I fuck it wasn't bad.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let's see here. We got another DM from Dark Grapes. He says, love the show. That y'all get a kick out of he sent a little meme or something. Hope y'all get a kick out of this. Keep it up, brothers. 2 more. So he's in real time. Dark Grapes.
Appreciate you.
Shout out Dark Grapes, man.
So I don't know if he's a college student or not, but I got Quincy Ross, Q, that wrote us in, being like a younger. So here's what he wrote. He says in the subject line, I would love to be on your show. So he says, hey, good earners, I'd love to come to your show and chat with you all. A Back of the Bing episode would be the perfect opportunity for us to break down our thoughts on the Sopranos. I'm booked until Saturday, but I hope we can align our schedule and make it happen soon. Look forward to it. Best, Quincy.
Who was that?
So he was the one that wrote.
They got the dissertation.
That wanted to do because all of the people his age.
Spike funny as fuck, bro. Y'all be peeping all the funny shit Spike be doing, man.
Rich know me, man. Mo don't even know what's funny right now.
Nah, I think I get it. Like, Q, to clue you in, like it's not gonna be like tomorrow, Q. But that is on the docket. Oh, okay. But nonetheless,
we definitely looking forward to it, Q. I'm more than happy to do it.
Yeah,
my bad for getting sidetracked, man. This nigga Spike is hilarious. Y'all don't even know it.
Well, it may, but if we do have you, Q, it'll probably be in the midst of kind of some other listeners too, like because I would like to get a lot of people in on one of these sessions. But nonetheless, we'll link up, Q. We'll get with you at some point. We got a comment on the Second Coming last episode we just did from Kiori. He says, on YouTube, he says, with all due respect, I think the most important thing that you guys didn't talk about was how much Tony acted like Livia in the episode during his fight with Carmela and being depressed, and during AJ's therapy session. He said, oh, poor you, to both Carm and AJ.
Poor you.
He did say that's he said callbacks and a great way to honor Nancy Marchand performance. RIP to both of them.
Good catch.
Hey, man, that's a good catch.
Great catch.
So that was just it.
We get so annoyed with AJ that I think anything that's the redeemable stuff within it just goes like because I remember that, but I didn't even put it in my notes. Like that's how I was like,
That's a great pool.
All right, Dean Miller, he hit us up on our email. He says, hi all, hope y'all well. Here we are, Blue Comet. Really looking forward to this one, Dean.
Thanks, Dean.
Looking forward to it as well, man. I have no idea how this is gonna go.
Boy, but I know one thing. I'm definitely gonna be here sipping a Negroni.
Nice.
Our guy, the one, Mr. Wesley, I believe. Remember we talked about him having some health complications. I think he said he had a stroke. We kind of was having a little bit of a conversation. I was checking in on him. He was really optimistic, brother, man. I was really happy to hear that he was doing all right. But a couple of things he said, and then that'll be the last of our supporters of ours. He says, wrapping up season 4, episode 10. Not sure if the crew already decided on this. This must have been when we first started throwing out other shows. He says, but if y'all do Thrones podcast, what about Castle Black?
Oh.
That might be a nice compromise.
That's
a nice
bad.
compromise. Nice Castle Black.
That's not bad.
That's not bad because I hit him. I said, well, I hit him back with what I was thinking, what I had told y'all before, Black King's Landing. But yeah, I like Castle Black. Ain't bad. That's not bad at all.
Castle Black.
And I rock with Castle Black too. So
Yeah, that was my spot.
And then
I ain't
lastly,
mad at that. That's a good idea.
It is. That is.
Castle Black.
It's right there. It's in the title.
AKA.
Ain't no AKA.
AKA niggas on the throne.
Like them gonna have it in fine print somewhere. And then lastly, he says, I made a post about us getting ready to do Blue Comet, and he said, crucial. Just wait till Underdog Fantasy come through and sign y'all to a 50 million bag. It's coming.
Yo, that's right.
I'm seeing that.
Bro, I think he might have said something this when we were early in this. He was like talking like
speaking into existence, bro.
Bro, I was like, dang, 50 million bag. Like,
it ain't impossible.
It ain't impossible. We definitely have an exceptional show. So we thank all y'all supporters of ours, man. We want to hold y'all up too long because I know y'all been waiting for this penultimate episode. So without further ado,
I would before that, I would like to make a challenge to everybody that's listening that their ears touched before we drop. Everybody share some feedback for the last episode, man. Yes, we want to have a shit ton of emails. We want to have more emails than Mo cares to read. That's what we want to have. Man.
Oh, you gonna get them inspired?
And I'm trying to get that text message in the middle of the week, like, "Hey, man, some of y'all gonna
y'all take some of these emails too."
I'm trying to get that text message.
I challenge everyone that's ever written in, anyone that's ever thought about written in, like all of the regulars. I challenge everybody to leave a comment or an email for this last episode because we want to revel in that.
Yes, man. Oh my God, that's why I love y'all dudes because I have been thinking about this every time I get on. I forget to say it, and you nailed it. Everything Spike said, man. Whatever you want to say, man, just reach out to us in real time because things are going to change after obviously the next episode. So y'all, please reach out. Whatever you want to talk about, funny moments with us, like your favorite breakdown that we did, or whatever y'all loved about the Sopranos with us on this journey. Share it, man. Like we reading everything.
Yeah, we want enough emails to where we have to. I was going to say we want enough emails to where we may have to make it a separate show.
Yep. We might have
just reading the comments and feedback for the episodes. That's what we want. We challenge all our good earners, everybody that's in this thing of ours to do. So if you listening, if you hear my voice, man, you should type up at least 2-3 words for us, man. That's all we require of you. We don't charge you for this. It's free, great content that we provide for people. So all we'd ask is just give us some comments, give us some emails, give us some rates, likes, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Love y'all, man.
Spike is not Richie Aprile, man. He can sell
it. He is not Richie. All right, Spike. What episode we reviewing today?
Mo, Rich, this is season 6. This is episode 20 of 21, entitled "The Legendary Blue Comet." Now, this won't be in depth because we don't want to spoil anything before we get into it. But the beef with New York has reached a boiling point. Tony gets warning from the FBI. AJ seems to be doing a lot better. Dr. Melfi comes to a realization after a dinner. Tony makes a move. Janice is concerned about Uncle June. And I'm not going to get into the rest of this stuff because there's not a lot of scraps in my scrapbook. This is season 6, episode 20, entitled Blue Comet.
Where's my Lil Wayne lighter? All right. So let's get into it.
Legendary sound for about 2 years.
Oh, he got
man,
it.
That sound right
hold
there.
Hold on. Let's hear. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Baby.
Yeah. All right. So Seal pays a visit to Bert. Everything's all cordial. Norwood Hall, chummy. Bert, really nice home. Bert, really dig that. I like those tri-levels. I spoke about that before. He comes in. He grabs a newspaper, and right before you know it, Seal wraps some barbed wire, some kind of wiring around his neck, and he chokes the life out of Bert. We see he has the same shoes as Paulie. Very interesting. What did y'all want to talk about this thing? There's a couple things that I want to talk about, but I want to see what y'all thoughts were with this because this is jumping out the gate with murder.
Did you send us a video about the white shoes theory? Okay, I got you. I was about to say I'm pretty sure it was you. I can't remember. Yeah, man, we're just jumping right into it. We don't really know as first time viewers what's going on and why he's doing this
Mm-hmm.
until a later scene with Tony. But the biggest thing for me is just the takeaway, man. Sales not playing about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has to go. And remember, we've only seen. That's why I think is brilliant. We've only seen Bert a couple times, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was recently. So really, don't. It's not a major character, but it is important to let you know, like, yo, this thing is spilling out everywhere. Even the minor people are knowing what's going on. So obviously, he's still getting his hands dirty. That's a very intimate type of death, right? They talking about the emotional killings, stabbing someone, stuff like that. It's just
Open somebody.
yeah, that's I meant this shit. I want to see you struggle.
Oh,
I
he's
want to see you take
pissed.
your last breaths. Yeah, we don't see Sil get down like that, so you're in for a wild ride.
This is an interesting open. Like y'all said, we ain't seen Burt but a couple times, and
Yeah.
to see Seal, excuse me, get in this bag, we rarely see that from him. So little did we know this was setting us up for what this episode was about to be. Because I remember again watching this in real time, like, wait, what? Who is that? What's going on? And like that happening, but then of course we get a later scene where he explains it. But I know this was I remember in real time again. This was confusing, and it didn't seem like it wasn't where we left off. It didn't seem like it, but then once we get the explanation, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The white shoes thing is it's just a thing. It's just a callback. Shout out to the source. I don't know if it was Potta Bean or if it was the Soprano, not the Soprano guy. It's another Soprano World on Instagram. They also have a podcast as well. We were talking about like the white theory, where like when Meadow was helping AJ with a project, he said, "I thought black was deaf." She was like, "White is deaf too." So, and then we see a lot of things about white, specifically white shoes and death. Like this, when you see Bert's shoes is white, we see Paulie almost get whacked on the boat with and packing up his white shoes. And remember when we see Bobby pop his cherry, and when a bullet went through the dryer, there was white shoes in there. So there's a lot of different. There's one that has white shoes in actually the next episode that gets whacked. If you really think about it, so there is a thing about white shoes, white being death as well. So that's a little bit of that. But I found I'll just say it here. My theory, my theory, which is a lot of people's theories, like it's interesting that Bert has the same shoes as Paulie.
Why is that interesting?
Because there is some interesting things about Paulie in this episode where Bert is playing both sides, and we've seen Paulie play both sides in a previous season when he was trying to get in with Johnny Sack. Like, you know what I mean? So now seeing Bert with those shoes, and we'll find out later, their issue was he was playing both sides, but he got the same shoes as Paulie. Very interesting. The both side thing. That. Yeah, so I'm trying to build towards this possibility of this theory in Made in America. That it's not a new theory, so y'all I'm not acting like I'm about to get y'all something new. But yeah, yeah, I think that's it on that. We go to Phil has a sit down with his guys. He tells everybody in the bar area to leave and listen to me. Bro,
Get lost.
Yeah, get that. Between
get lost out there.
Last week, him talking about you won't compromise, how's this? And then this right here, bro. Mm-hmm. Just to regurgitate, because it just needs to be. Let me tell you a couple of 3 things. Forget Coco, forget Fat Dom, who goes over to Jersey
and never
come back. Forget my brother Billy. Anthony Soprano has no respect for this thing. He's never been in the can, not really. Here's a guy that stepped over his own uncle to grab the big seat. His father's brother. I'm embarrassed. I let him come to the hospital last Christmas, and I took his fat fucking hand in friendship. Listen to me. They make anybody and everybody over there. And the way they do it, it's all fucked up. Guys don't get their fingers pricked. There's no sword and gun on the table. No out. Either it has meaning or it has no meaning. Has meaning.
They got a whole fucking family?
Bro, and the veto thing, the man harbors a faggot. 5 fucking families, and we got this other pygmy thing over here in Jersey. There's no scraps in my scrapbook. Make it happen, bruh.
Listen, never gets old.
Oh my gosh.
You can't outstate how good it is.
Oh,
We've
man.
been quoting moments from that speech or from that scene since season 2, season 3. Well before, remember all the talk we had before Phil was even a character on the
Oh
show?
yeah. Oh yes. I think about that all the
Talked
time.
about, oh man, like it's just insane. This is why this is up there for one of the greatest monologues or scenes in Sopranos. Every time I watch this episode, I always forget. Well, not every time, because you watch it recently, you remember. But you almost forget how early in the episode this happens. Like first order of business, nigga. Like this is what we doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not playing about this shit. This is what we about to do, man. Fuck these niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're a joke. Like you know what I mean? They're a joke. They're not even. Why are we even debating about? He said it. This should have been done in John's era. Like, why are they even still around?
He's
why
right.
Are they even still getting a piece of anything? Like, this is what we can get one of our guys to run Jersey. Like, how dare this? Like, they little brother, they little bro in them. Yeah, get them out of here. Man,
yeah, he been looking at them like that too. Like Jersey, come on.
Other than the immaculate acting, only thing that's really here to take note is that you don't pay attention to when you first watch it, but as you see how things unfold, even though you're the boss, you still need counsel. We've seen this with Sil and Tony, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it with Sil and Tony, where you do need some counsel, whether you want to hear it or not. And that's just kind of what I have to say. Listen, I know that you don't necessarily want to. I know you want to take out this whole family or this pygmy thing, as you call it. That's going to take a lot of moving, shaking, a lot of planning, a lot of potential businesses being put on pause. Hear me out before you go ahead and make this decision. And it feels like, nah, man, fuck that, bro. Decision been made. Make it happen.
Why is Butchie looking like this?
Because Butchie knows, like,
this is crazy.
This is insane. What the fuck is you talking about?
What are you talking about? Yeah, like you talking about taking out the Sopranos? Like this ain't Butchie ain't looking at this like no glorified crew. Like Butchie looking like nah, nigga, they legit. That's how Butchie looking at it. Isn't it?
This is remember for just a real crazy reference. One of my favorite stories about the Malice in the Palace was Ron Artest coming in the locker room after going in the stands, causing a fucking riot in the stadium, and then saying, "Hey, y'all think we're gonna get in trouble?" And everybody just talking like, "Nigga, what?" Like that's what Butchie is right now. Like you want to kill a family. How you think this is gonna? I say it all the time. How you think this is gonna end? You can't just run out, and you got to be so precise as Tony and them find out, bro. Like one small error, and then you really fucked up. As Marlo said, man, now you coming at us. So
we got
but you like, man, I ain't gotta do this shit. Like the fuck is y'all talking about? Like, take these niggas out.
That's one of the things about facts. That's one of the things about scenes like these on iconic shows or movie episodes that they never really address. That look is a veteran of the game. You heard Paulie say it later. Like, bro, if we moving forward with this, most likely somebody at this table not gonna make it. Like that's the realization of like, okay, this shit for real. Like, nigga, it ain't smoking cigars, going to the Bing and all of it. Like, if this is what we finna do, somebody not gonna make it. And those conversations rarely are ever had. But the looks of it, and that's that look, like, nigga, nice knowing y'all.
It's because it's
it may not be me. Yeah, it may not be me. It might be you. It might be you. But if this is what we're about to do, somebody not gonna make it. Just like when, like to give examples of anything, like when Franklin was going to war on Snowfall, or when Avon and when they went in the warehouse loading up. Yeah, like and Stringer walked in, like, who is these extra niggas? Like, I don't even know these niggas. Like, somebody not gonna make it out of this situation. That's the path we headed down. It's like the long night when you're getting ready for the war on Game of Thrones. Like, all these people you see in this room tomorrow or the day after or whenever we get through, like, somebody not gonna be here.
That's deep.
That's that look.
That is deep. And it's interesting because when you were saying that and I said the end at the end, it's because this is what it's come to. And I mean, like you said, we'll get to a later scene where Paulie talks about the Columbo thing and escaping by the hair of his balls and that thing. It's interesting because Butchie comes off a certain way, but the realization is he ain't really trying to be down on that. Because remember how he was looking at Phil when like dude was eating food off his plate and just like how Phil was moving, he kind of was looking at Phil in a way. You know what I mean? And then like Phil started to boss up, and now Butchie kind of like, okay, bro, like let's, you know what I mean? It's like because now you done created a monster. Now it's, you know, they messed up my name from Leonardo to Leotardo. Now I'm all the way in my bag. Like I'm telling you, ain't no compromise. You know, I'm telling you, make it happen. I'm telling you, like this is what it is. And it's amazing to get to this point. You did 20 years in the can, and it's like, bro, I could have died for this, but I'm not moving for the 25. I'm not moving the 15% on our last transaction. Like, man,
it reminds me of like Butchie, the whole Butchie of it. I know we referenced Tax before, man. Tax professional crash out, but one thing he always used to say, man, like don't get into any shit. You be the only gangster outside. You'll be the only person following these codes, right? He told a story once about niggas getting locked up and them telling him like, I'm gonna cut your mom's welfare off. He said, man, I knew at that point that niggas was talking to the police. You're not just let your mom's welfare get cut off. Like, you know what I mean? You're not letting mom suffer. Like, so you're gonna drop a name, cooperate, whatever the case is. The whole point of it being, not everyone is playing by the rules that they were playing by when this thing was first established. It used to be common for everybody to know this is the rule book and this is how it goes. Butchie is looking at Phil like, damn, Phil really love this shit. It either has meaning or no meaning. Like I'm not as dedicated as Phil. That doesn't mean I'm not dedicated to this thing of ours, but I'm not as dedicated as him.
mm-hmm.
Like this nigga's ready to take it all the way there. And you know what? My objective is living. I want to make it home.
And getting paid.
Yes. So if that means that, yes, doing it Phil's way means, yeah, we going all the way there. Making it home, maybe I need to look at some other options. Especially if things don't go as planned. Yeah, I'm gonna put things in order, but if anything goes wrong, who knows? Anything's up for discussion.
Yeah, and Phil, and to be honest, like, because remember how Phil whack a boss? I won't do that. Remember he like a few episodes back, but now he's there because he's made his compelling point of like, man, I didn't let too much shit slide with y'all. Like, you know, y'all guys not getting their fingers pricked. Y'all not putting the gun and the sword on the table. You jumped over your uncle. Like, I found out this, and I was in prison at the time. Like, you know, the way you moving out here, the stuff that happened to Billy, forget about Fat Dom, forget about, oh, okay, you want me to, like he said, man, I've been looking for your sweet and sour chicken ass. So now he's like, nigga, make it happen. Like ain't no scraps in my scrapbook. I am within my right. That's what like feels like, bro, I don't care no more. Which is, that's what, see, if we, like when I first watched this, and we'll move on, but when I first watched this, it felt like, how did he get here? But watching it now, it's like, bro, we go all the way back to season 5 with Billy. You know what I mean? Like it goes all the way back there. You know, when he's first introduced, and like you just watching this, he's let so much slide, had to sit down with little Carmine, and like it's so much that slid for a minute before he finally like, all right, bro, make it happen. Like, so it's just really good writing, bro.
Agree. Like,
go ahead, Mike.
I was just gonna say, to agree with what you're saying, this is the first time I've watched this and discussed it. I've watched it, of course, several times through, but having these conversations with you brothers, as far as like one of the emailers call us Soprano scholars, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've watched it, and everything Phil says, he's right. Like he's not like, you can watch this, be a fan of Tony, and this is why the monologue is so great. I fuck with Tony, that's my guy, but Phil not wrong. He's not wrong to feel this way. So yeah,
Barone Sanitation is my joint. Like I told you that, nigga.
Like you got me fucked up all the way around, bro. Like, you killed my brother, like, and then you did some little bullshit about with your cousin, and you like, nah, you got me fucked up. You act like I'm in New Jersey. I ain't in New Jersey, nigga. I'm in New York.
Yeah, Johnny Sack out there hanging with you niggas. I'm New York.
Like, I'm New York, bro. Like
I ain't buying houses in Jersey, bro.
Yeah. Like this is how it would be handled. Like even in the hood, shit. Like nigga, I don't know what you got going on, but it ain't over here, bro.
No,
like, that shit ain't gonna fly.
No, bro. You gonna say something, Rich?
Yeah, and I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, my bad, bro.
My bad.
Nah, you good. I was just gonna say that's why it's hard to look back at that scene with Tony and Phil. I forget what season 5 with him chasing him down on the street. It seems so unrealistic now when you get to this point in the film.
It does
it's
though.
like Phil would never let that shit slide.
You know what?
I couldn't see Phil running from that shit. Like,
and throwing the ice cream out the window, and it was so honky dory. But I'll say only way I'll shoot some bail is Phil was fresh out of the can, and he was probably just like, you know,
Tony
happy.
was a boss.
Well, Tony was, and Phil was, you know, but he was happy to be here. I'm back seeing my wife. I got grandkids. He still was, you know, all that led up into the final. Like, all right, ain't no more. You know,
no, it makes sense. All I'm saying is it's hard to go back and look at it. And, like, if you look at that field and then see where he is now, it's almost like, damn, like it's crazy.
It is ridiculous.
I think it tracks though. I think it tracks in the sense of like, even then feel like I don't fuck with you, bro. Like can you imagine a nigga owe you money and trying to run? Like, bro, what are we doing? We adults, bro. Like,
Phil is running from Tony.
Pull off.
It's almost like fear.
He not even running from. It wasn't like he was scared. It was like disrespectful running though.
Nah, bro.
The way
I'm
scared. Nah, I disagree with y'all on that. It wasn't. It wasn't like scared running. It was like, man, I ain't got to
go back and watch the scene, bro. I would send it to you.
I'm fully convicted.
He rushed up out of there,
bro. He didn't finish his ice cream. He wasn't eating his ice cream
because I don't fuck with you though. It's because I don't fuck with you. Like I've seen niggas.
Revisionist history. Look at a rewrite history. That is not what it is. You try to make it track.
I've seen the two, bro. I've seen the two play out in real life where a nigga owe you money and he don't fuck with you, and a nigga owe you money he's scared of you. Phil wasn't
I'm not saying he's scared, but it wasn't.
I'm not saying
Nah, it wasn't scared, but it wasn't. Man, forget you. Like it was like I got caught up. Let me try to get past this nigga. But he wasn't like.
Mo, I know you'll understand this reference. Spike will too, but I know you don't watch it as much as Mo and myself. Remember when old dude asking Dragon Fight Jones for that money, you know, at Nipsey's?
Oh man,
he said, I'll get your money when I'm ready to give it to you. Matter of fact, Nipsey, buy everybody in here a drink except this punk. Like that's some shit I see Phil doing. Like, nigga, matter of fact, not only do I have your money, I'm gonna spend it in front of you and still not give it to you. I see Phil just being on some man. Fuck
yeah, for sure.
Like, I give it to you when I get it to you.
He was saying,
and that scene, it didn't give off that vibe. It gave off, man. Oh shit.
I remember when Phil had the neck brace on and he was trying to that was when like he had the neck brace trying to get his car fixed and kept saying, "Oh, it's not aligned. It's not." That felt like Phil's petty, but like when he was driving off throwing the ice cream out the window and then he ran right into the bus and Tony grabbed him by his hair and everything, it was like, nah, bro. Nah,
Phil today would have been like, fuck you, nigga. You get your bread when you get it.
We can agree to disagree.
All right, that's fine. But we get
Make
to
sure y'all include this in the emails.
Oh yeah, all that.
Tell us what y'all think.
Whatever y'all, however you want to do it, man. Throw the email out there. AJ is at the facility, and they notice a girl's leg exposed, but she also has cut marks there, and he also noticed Rhiannon. How do you say her name? Rhiannon. Okay.
Like Cannon.
Rhiannon. The Cannon. She was formerly Ernon's girlfriend, the perv from the earlier season. I think it was last season.
That was 6A, I think.
I was about to say it might have been 6A. AJ parents come to see him, and we find out that they're spending $2,200 a day. Bro, oh my gosh. What's love got to do?
To walk in to get a bill. First of all, can I get it to you or should I drop it in the mail? Stop fucking playing with me. Give me that fucking bill. Right? For one. Second,
drop it in the mail. I ain't never paying it.
$2,200, and then to look in that room and see AJ playing Xbox, some shit he do at the crib. You know how mad, and I know it's fucked up. You know how mad I'd have been on some real shit. I probably would have never said that. I'd have had to take that and just bite the bullet on it, like suffered in silence. But man, if I'd have just got a bill for $2,200 a day, not a total visit, a day, and then I'm going to visit him, and this nigga's on the game.
Realistically, y'all not parents, so I this is gonna be.
There are no words.
How you try to put some grace on it. Don't think about it as AJ, okay? Don't think about it as AJ. But if your kid is like a troubled kid, I know y'all not parents. How many weeks or months y'all give it with that bill price before you got to say, "Hey, we're gonna have to take another approach"?
Real week. A week.
Use a nigga, and not in a good way.
That's bro. A week is 14 grand. More than 14 grand. A week is 15, 16 grand.
Damn, we put it like that. Rich.
Think about that.
But you remember, you got Tony Soprano money. Just saying.
16 grand, 16 grand, bro.
No, it is.
It's 22 times
for Meadow.
For Meadow.
My whole point is like for Meadow, it can be a little bit different than it is AJ. Part of the issue with AJ, and that's why I said, man, even I'm being sensitive to what's going on. That's why I said, man, I know I would feel that way if I was Tony, but I wouldn't say anything. That's not the time or place, and that really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Money's really not an issue, especially if you got it. But it is just more so like, damn, like you're not even doing anything. I think they just had the conversation when he got that bill. You know, this isn't one of those type of facilities. This is more so like to lower their stress. So
$15,400 a week. $15,400 a week.
But you want to be for you to be in a stress-free environment, and you just playing a game and watching movies. That just, as somebody who wants a return on investment, I'm not saying my son won't be better, but can you at least walk me through how he is going to get better? Like what steps are? I don't see it right now. For me, like anything else, I need to understand how this is working, because right now it just looks like I'm paying $2,200 a day for him to play games and watch movies and bullshit around. He does that at home for nothing. So I just need to understand that a little bit better.
To be more realistic, you're right. If I got Tony Soprano money, 2 weeks, 30 grand.
That's what I say about 2 weeks.
That's my cap. Like,
that's what
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not spending over $30,000 for you to sit in here and do this. Like, I'm talking to Dr. Melfi. I'm figuring out who I can get you connected with. But this right here, you sit there here doing this. No, we're not paying 30 grand for that. I can get this taken care of for much cheaper in the sense of getting you professional help. I'm not letting you sit in here, play video games and look at some scratched up itch legs for 30 grand in here 2 weeks. I'm not doing that. And I would tell him that, like that bluntly, like, bro, you need to understand. Like
you're a hilarious dude, bro.
Hey, part of
scratched up leg better, is the hell of an understatement.
Hey, listen, Mo, part of him getting better is him understanding that you staying in here for 2 weeks cost me $30,000. That's a car. That's a down payment on a house, nigga. Like 30 grand.
30 grand is, especially, and things are drying up out here. Things are drying up for them.
Even if you're right. And even if
that's what changed it even more.
I'm not spending, I'm not spending 30 grand on this for you to sit in here and do this. I'm not. Because
now Tony gonna end up having to sell Stugatz. You know what I mean? Like messing around with this.
Now is when I'm having a conversation with you like a man. You're not a kid anymore. I'm spending $30,000 on your well-being, and you're like, now me and you need to sit down and talk like men. We ain't having a father-son conversation no more. We ain't doing none of that. Me and you are talking like men now, because money's involved and it's $30,000. This ain't a club. Like, this ain't you trying to go to college. Like, this is you taking $30,000 of my money for 2 weeks and sitting here essentially bullshitting it from my perspective as the generation. I'm not necessarily saying that's what it is bullshit, but if I had kids, Mo, to your point, like this is like now me and you having a person-to-person conversation. This ain't a father-to-son conversation. This ain't none. This is a man-to-man conversation. We talking about $30,000, bro.
Yeah.
This is a conversation that I would have with my son if I'm sending him to college and I'm paying $30,000 a semester and he bullshit. Like, it's cool. I'll pay for your college. I get it. You want to go and go to school, but you're making D's, my nigga, and I'm paying for this. It's time to have a man-to-man conversation. Yeah. This is where AJ grows up.
Yep.
In my eyes.
Yeah, because it pretty much is like if you're legal, bro, Bro, I've had people in my life where it's like, bro, when you realize there's nothing you can do, you got to make peace with whatever it's gonna be. Like if you can't get it together, and again, not trying to be not sensitive to people that struggle with this, but we just keeping it a bean. Y'all know, if y'all know our show, y'all know how we give it up. For me, if you're having such a hard time after that, bro, you work a job, you get yourself, because I didn't put you in therapy, I didn't put you in this facility, bro, I didn't try to get you a job, I didn't, at a few spots, I didn't did everything I could as a parent, bro. I ain't drained the pool out. I'm doing everything I can as a parent, taking the belts away, sharp knives, anything I do. If you still can't handle that, bro, then And
That's
look,
something you need to tell me as a man. Like that's again, that's the conversation that we need to be. It ain't. This is not a father to son conversation anymore. This is a
yeah,
man to man conversation.
yeah, it is.
Like you need to have grown up enough or respect me enough to tell me, hey, like this is where I'm at with it,
He
so I
got him
can
out of
respond and
jail.
tell you where I'm at. Yeah, like nah, bro, we're not gonna play this game.
Like, he shot. He really did attempted murder,
I
bro.
think
I got you out of
we
jail. Like,
I'm sure I know I come to a fairly good understanding of you brothers. There's a different conversation that you have with your parent, mom or dad, that's like, oh, you're my son and I'm talking to you versus no, you're another human and I'm talking to you.
oh,
You
absolutely.
being my son ain't got shit to do with it right now. I'm talking to you as a person right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know all three of us have had those
Mm-hmm.
conversations and that's a different conversation right there.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's the
Yeah,
conversation Tony needed to have with him.
Straight up.
absolutely. Tony is at Satrial's ordering some gabagool, provolone, and vinegar peppers. Tony and Agent Harris talk, and they have one of the weirdest transactions. Harris is a little more loose talking with Tony, and Tony's talking to him like he's one of his guys. Uh, then they kind of disperse. Now, Agent Harris talks in the same lingo as they do when he starts to stop Tony outside. He's telling them about Brooklyn. He said that thing, which is a code, for their plotting against, Tony, says someone you may love, and Tony loses his appetite immediately. Uh, Interesting that Agent Harris gives a little more since Tony did give a little, obviously with that information that didn't check out. What did y'all gather from this scene with Tony and Agent Harris?
Agent Harris is he's on the side that Melfi's on, and we'll talk about it when we get to the Melfi scene
Okay.
and some thoughts that Lorraine Bracco had about how that scene went and why
Oh, I
she's
can't wait.
disappointed in it.
I can't wait.
But I feel like this is Agent Harris saying over the years, I just like you. Like I like you. I respect you on a human level, not as the same way you like your neighbor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I like you like we gonna go get drinks or we gonna do this, but I don't want to see anything bad happen
I
to you.
fuck with you.
If it happens, then it happens. That's part of your line of work. But if I do have something I can tell you just to give you a head, just to even the playing ground, right? That's all Agent Harris is doing in this situation, I think. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not helping you set up anything. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just letting you know this is what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck to you. And I
Yeah.
think he can sleep better knowing, like, how am I working in terrorism
Exactly.
and I
That's what I
can't
was
help
about to
you?
get at.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I can't help you. I can't protect you here at a place where I frequent your business. Yeah, you on the opposite side of things, but Agent Harris has always shown since we first seen him, there's an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been that super extra fed that you've been trying to do too much. And I think if it came down between, it's not like he Colin, who was Matt Damon's character in Departed, right? He's not so deep where he working for him. It's more
Mm-hmm.
so, nah, man, here go a look. Here go a look right here. If it came down between Agent Harris and the feds and saving Tony, he's picking the feds. He's not going on Tony's side.
Yeah.
But if it's between you and Phil, and I don't even fuck with Phil either, I'm a
Yeah.
spectator. Shit.
I'd rather lock you up than have you murdered.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Agent Harris' thought process of it. Like I don't want to see you get killed because of much of what Rich said. I fuck with you. Like I may not be a gangster or a criminal, but the way that you do your business, I fuck with that. It ain't like you. I personally like it. It's one of those things where you talk about. Well, he would have a beer with Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I would go
Huh.
out and chill and hang with you, but it just so happens that we're in different professions, and I can't do that. But I do want to make sure that if something happens to you in this field of what you do, that it's me locking you up versus Phil killing you. That's his dilemma. That's what he's debating about in his mind. And it's understandable because Tony, one of the great things about this series, this show, and the way that they portray Tony is this relationship right here. Tony is a charismatic person. Like we seen Melfi train, like she normally wouldn't deal with nobody like him. We've seen Gloria, we've seen all the Gumas that he's had, and it's my charisma. There's something different about Tony Soprano, and it plays out in this scene with the Fed. He's like, bro, I can chase terrorists and yeah, whatever the fuck they doing. Like, I don't really give a fuck about that. However, what I do give a fuck about is your well-being and me locking you up versus you getting killed by New York over something stupid.
Mm.
Great scene.
I think y'all nailed that. I would say that I think Agent Harris, like his perspective has changed over the years. I think he definitely wanted to get Tony. Obviously, he was spying on him, the Adriana, the season 2, all of that. But I think that when he's seen so much with the terrorist stuff, I think he kind of had a different understanding for Tony. He's like, okay, this guy's trying to make his bones. Maybe he whacked somebody they know, but they don't know, kind of thing. Like, okay, he's a family guy. I've been to his house. I've seen his kids. I've seen his wife. Yeah, he's a hustler, 2-bit hustler. He's a gangster. He's a whatever, but, he's not trying to take down the Twin Towers. He's not trying to, you know what I mean? Like what he deals with in the terrorist unit that he deals with and the things that he sees on such a major scale. Tony seems probably more minute, and he's like, you know what? On some level, he's an American like me. You know what I mean? Like there's some, like, he's a flag saluting motherfucker. But like seriously, like on
he's
some
not
scale,
smuggling in like drugs or he's
like
not
some
doing
serious,
like So that's a good point.
I think at some scale, it brought them together in this kind of patriotic way. Whether you're Wonder Bread Wop or whatever. So.
I got one minor thing to say that I always think about when I watch this scene. Cause that sandwich is fresh.
It look good too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look good, right? And
Tony just throws it away.
Yeah, man. Tony just throws it away, and it just goes back to something Spike mentioned earlier when he talked about the scene with Phil and Butchie, and death is here. Like, this ain't for games. This ain't for fun. Like this is like niggas are trying to kill you. Like, and just him throwing that away is just one of those reminders. Like, nah, this is for real. Like at any moment right now, the guns could be blazing, and I just love it as a subtle reminder. Like, nah, this shit real, man. Even Tony Soprano won't eat the sandwich. Fuck that.
I think we've all done it. Like you've been in those positions where you arguing with your girl or having conversations, and you're like, I don't even want this shit no more. Like I can't eat.
You can see a text message that exists.
Yeah, just turn your stomach upside down.
Mid chew.
Facts.
Like,
and you I don't want nothing to do with none of it. Food is the farthest thing from my mind right now, my nigga. I ain't ate in 2 days. Like we've all been there.
I can't eat.
That shit crazy.
No, you're right.
Bro.
You're right, bro. That's real. We go. Seal tells Tony that Bert is gone, and he had been playing both sides. Seal says maybe now that Phil got the message, we can talk this through. And Tony says, "Talk."
Have a snort is crazy too.
Have a snort is wild.
I never heard that before.
No, you need to definitely have a snort like at this point.
Have a snort.
It's real. I remember a guy pulled me like on the gas station. He's like, "Hey man, no, I'm good, bro." I was no, I'm good, bro. Like I never been
that's
like
wild. That's just a wild.
Bro, that was no, thank you though, thank you, but I'm good, bro. I've never been like somebody hit me with that. Crazier. Well, cause I just like I don't know what you own, I don't know what you doing, but you hit me with that like as open as you were, like, hey, bro, you know.
Oh, he wanted you to snort for real.
No, he was like trying to like sell me something. I was like, oh, Nick, like, bro,
this nigga Mo said thank you.
This is at a gas station.
At a gas station, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Indiana vibes.
That might have been uncovered trying to get your ass.
Yeah. I'm like, well, why me though? Like, what? All right.
I got the droll or I got the loud or whatever it may be. I ain't never had a nigga like I got the coke.
That's why I was thrown off. I was like, crazy. Whoa, like what vibe did I give off, or why are you you shooting from half? Like what we doing?
Yeah, he was Steph Curry with the shot.
Yeah, he definitely was. Cause that was so random. But
you're right too though. I would be super offended if a nigga hit me like, I got the powder. Like, what, nigga? The fuck I look like to you?
Yeah, like, bro, I wasn't small. I wasn't small or nothing. Like, it wasn't like I look like
nigga. Fuck you think I am, nigga? You got the powder.
Never in life did I look like I was like.
I ain't offended by I got the weed. You can even hit me with I got the X pills. Like I'm cool with all of it. Yeah, like it's fine. Like, I ain't buying them.
The coke though, it's like
if you hit me with I got the powder, that's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe I look like a businessman that like I don't know. I didn't have no suit on or nothing. I don't know. It was crazy. But
Damn, I might have had to address that, man. Like, nigga, who you talking
I
to?
don't know
What the
dude
fuck
was
you
on. I don't
talking?
know. He could have had a gun. I don't know what this, you know what I mean? Like I
That's
just like,
fair.
hey, look,
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
you be on the news on some dumb, you know what I mean? On some dumb
Nah, you're
mission.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Uh
I got the powder. It's crazy.
yeah, I was looking like Butchie. I'm just trying to get hold.
I got the powder. It's insane.
Yeah, he didn't even say that though. Like he just hit you with the snuff though. I'm like, oh,
That's
man.
fucking insane.
I know.
If I need powder, nigga, I know where to get it from. I'm not copying it from you at the gas station corner, bro.
This is you got to really work on your sales pitch. You got to work on your sales pitch.
Your whole business plan fucked up, to be honest.
It really is. You wasn't geared up enough.
Niggas stand at the gas station selling like again pills or weed.
Right.
You can't stand at the gas station selling powder.
Yeah, man. What happened when niggas sold CDs? Mixtapes, nigga. Shit, what the fuck you doing, Powder? Get the fuck out of here, man.
And I remember you used to sell bootlegs. And as far as I know, you should still be selling them.
I got the DVDs. Yeah, I got the flicks. I got the DVDs. I got the whole season of Sopranos. But a nigga hit me with, man, I got a line for you. Like, nah, bro.
Hey, man, you trying to take a toot? You want to take a toot?
I might slick shoot you at this gas station.
Here you go. Here, mow that toot.
I might shoot you at this gas station.
I think about taking a toot, bro. All right, man.
Get the fuck on. I need a new gas station at that point.
Oh, that reroute, like that's easy. Like
I'm never going there again.
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't. I don't care what deals they had. But anything you want to add to this scene with Seal and Tony? Because Seal pretty much had breaking news, like which is so interesting. Like he had to quickly be like, oh, I had to take care of that, which almost seemed like he didn't talk to Tony about it before, which. Obviously, Tony's trying to be insulated anyway, so Seal made that call. But
I can't talk to you about this though.
That's true.
Yeah, like a nigga approached me about killing you and siding with New York. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do as your number two. There's not even a conversation that got to be had between me and you. Like the only thing that needs to happen is what Seal did. This shows, like we've talked about this before, of how good a number two Seal is. This is one of the things that points to that. Like there is no conversation that can be had where I still trust you if I'm Tony, if you call me and you're saying, oh, he's playing both sides. No, nigga, you handle that. I don't have to, like, if a nigga come talking to me about, oh, well, Mo is this, man, like, thinking about making a move on Mo, I can't come to you with that. There's no conversation for me and you to have. The conversation between me and dude. How did you feel like, first of all, you disrespected me and thinking that I was going to be like cool with this shit. So yeah, I'm gonna go on and handle that. And then when I do handle it, I'm gonna come talk to my boss about it and be like, you know what, look, this is what he was on, bro. I took him out. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Like, this is where I'm at with it. Great scene.
Great point.
It's such a good episode.
And nothing else to add outside
they ain't
of that.
missing.
Spike just said that perfectly.
He did. I ain't shit. So to furthermore, Bobby walks in, and then it transitions from Bobby walking into them in Vesuvio's. And Tony, Seal, and Bobby talk about taking the measures to take. Bobby says that when he left you with the Vito Jr. thing, that was an indicator, like he felt. And then they have this silly slow motion boxing gesture.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That music was from Raging Bull.
Mm.
Think of Raging Bull, Italians. That's why they started shadow boxing and doing all that, just reenacting the movie. They did some of it in The Godfather 3 too, but I know it's definitely Raging Bull.
It's crazy because they're really in the thick of it. Like,
was this surprising to y'all that Bobby played this prominent of a role in this?
Yeah, I'm like New York.
Were we fully exactly, Rich? Were we fully? Did they explain it to us that Bobby is number 3 now? Like how much time had passed?
We knew.
We knew
when Tony had the conversation with him on the boat.
On the boat,
Soprano home movies.
But he kicked his ass after that.
No, but that never changed though. Like because he had said that he was going in a different direction, which was Chris, but he said, he changed his mind and he already had that understanding. Now him and them two had that fight, and then he got his get back by making him go and whack the Canadian dude or whatever, Canadian French dude or whatever. He knew that was what it was, so that was business, and he it was what it was. And then when they got back, that's it. Like he knew Chris wasn't around the bing, that Bobby is still up as far as what we talked about. I don't think Tony took it. Like once Chris made the revenge film, I think he always knew, like, okay, off screen, we already know what's up.
That's interesting. I don't know.
I just think to Spike's point, the show just kind of put it on us. Pause. They it wasn't until the second coming.
Pause.
Wasn't until that last episode where you see Bobby sit down at the table with him in big boy meetings.
Yeah.
And it's just, there was never a discussion about it. Like, yes, we knew that it was in play, but now it's here. And then once again, we talked about this ad nauseum. And at the end, we running out of players, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Niggas injured. We the Sixers out here, man. Nigga, we ain't got nobody available to play.
Yeah. I think we as viewers were just as surprised as New York was when my man said this nigga used to be junior driver. Like, he number 3. I wouldn't have never, if they hadn't spelled it out for us on this episode, if you told me to rank the Sopranos like crew, I think I would have put, actually, damn, Chris dead.
That's what I always get. This makes it highlight so much how pivotal, as high as Chris used to be, how inconsistent at times.
I guess it is right.
It drives that on this episode.
For real.
I would have put Paulie at number 3 though.
Here's the thing: if I was New York, I'm taking Paulie out, even if I don't think he's management. Just because, if I got to deal with somebody, I can do. Bobby's gonna do whatever I need. If I'm New York and he's left running Jersey, I don't want Paulie in that position, because now it's gonna be a little bit weird. If I'm thinking strategically, if their whole plan is to decapitate and work with whoever's left, Bobby be the perfect person. That's
true.
That's Tom. That's Tom in Succession.
Facts.
You a puppet. Like, you just gonna do whatever I tell you to do.
Remember when Bobby came season 2? Like when Tony
and that's
stopped.
all due respect to Bobby too. That's more so just he don't got no backing no more.
Yeah, and he would have got with it.
And he's a businessman. He's going to concede. Bobby not going to. He's not going to war with you.
To the victors, go to spoils.
Facts.
Remember, and Tony was. Remember he came over there with Tony, like when Junior had to give it up because he went to jail, and Tony was now the face. He was the boss.
Damn, that's a good point.
And Bobby had said, "I had no problem with you," like, because he had to roll with it.
Yeah, I'm taking out Seal. I'm taking out Tony. I'm taking out, and I'm leaving Bobby standing, and I'm taking out Paulie. Yeah, that's a fact.
Because Bobby got enough respect within the Soprano crew to where he can get everybody else to follow. He's also not threatening enough to where he's going to be an issue to New York.
Yeah, and then you can definitely see where Patsy will fall in line as well.
But it also lets you know. It also lets you know how much control they were trying to get though. We don't even want a nigga like Bobby in control. Like we trying to strip this shit to the bare bones, almost to the sense of I want to send my people over here.
Well, we may have to get Bobby out of there because he married to Tony's sister. We may have to stay. We still got to whack you. Just off the merit of that. Like,
that's a good point, but I don't even think that plays into it in the sense of I just want all y'all, like whoever y'all consider management, I want gone. Y'all are done. I want.
I need the new management banner hanging up like the apartment complex.
I want Benny to be answering questions.
Oh, you going all the way down to Benny and Lil Paulie.
Benny and Lil Paulie is like
the new generation.
They know, like, nigga, come on.
I feel already whacked him up real nice too. Like, hey, listen, like, get it together, bro.
If anything, Benny is my point man over there.
That's fair.
Yeah, he trying to clean up all.
That's how it should be, though.
You right though. You right. I need Benny. I need Lil Paulie. I need
whoever else y'all niggas.
Whoever else, yeah.
I wouldn't lose. I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep knowing if Benny's the one. Nigga, you're never gonna touch me.
Come on.
You're never gonna plot. You're never gonna do nothing.
You don't even got the sauce to get where I'm at, bro. Like,
didn't Artie beat you up?
You're right. You beefing with Artie Bucco? Like, come on.
Artie Bucco.
You the person I want in charge over here, bro.
Yeah. Yep. That works. Y'all making some compelling points. This is why we do this, because y'all ain't gonna get this at no other Soprano podcast. The way we tied it up like that.
Shout out to my fault. I didn't know if you were you moving on from
No,
your
go
scene?
ahead. No, you good. That
I was
was
gonna
about
say
it.
shout out to Uncle June's son in real life. I mentioned him before. He's in this scene as well.
Well, at the he is. He's in the
yeah. He's the
he's
one that used to
the
sell laser
ball.
printers. If I'm not mistaken. No, that's not him. That's not him. It's I don't know if he has any speaking lines.
But he's the bald one though, right?
Yeah, he's the bald one that's there. That's Uncle Junior's real life son. He's actually a junior. Dominic. How you say his last name?
I don't know. Yeah.
What
are you gonna do? I know. Freaking English teacher over here.
These blacks. These
blacks.
These blacks.
We got our last funny racist moment this episode too.
I don't even remember. I didn't notice.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. Man.
Okay, maybe to come back to me when we get there. But so Butchie and the guys come up with a plan of 3 days, 3 heads. Tony, Seal, and Bobby. So they can't hit back. What do y'all think of this plan?
This is perfect.
Yep.
This is perfect. This is why we're New York. Yeah, this is why we're New York and you're Jersey.
Okay.
All gonna happen back to back too. Like, y'all ain't even got time to recover.
I do like that. I do like before y'all start having sit downs and getting back together and trying to figure out now.
Hopefully y'all don't even know what we got going on. I'm gonna kill y'all before that.
Yeah, hopefully it can be all in 2 days, really.
Yeah, hopefully I can catch y'all all today. Actually, not even 2 days, nigga. I'm trying to pull up at the Bing. I'm trying to pull up at your little train shop, nigga. I'm
trying to blow the spot all y'all up, off, bro.
Listen, yeah, like stop playing.
Yeah, New York is trying
again,
to get
and this is the difference between a crew like New York who has the manpower to do this, and a crew like Jersey, who we know we got to string shit together and be on defense.
They gotta be way more clever. Like if you Jersey, you gotta be way more clever. That's when you small in numbers, you gotta be more clever.
And they did a really good job of explaining it.
Who, Jersey or York?
The show.
Oh,
the show in general. Yeah, like the show in general is like they're making moves in the sense of, all right, boom, boom, boom. We finna make these 3 hits. That ought to be it, and we done with it. When we see Tony, Bobby, and Seal playing it, it's a little different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like this feels like a bigger task for them.
It does, and it still even felt like y'all really don't understand. This is the moment where you realize they're a glorified crew.
Yes.
This is the moment because Tony just whacked Chris, and boy, do you need Chris as a hitter right now.
Oh, I need Chris right now.
You need Chris as a hitter right now.
Jeez.
Boy,
I need his connections. I need the niggas that fucked with him. I need his little crew. Like all the niggas that fucked.
You need a Tony Blundetto right now. You need a Richie Aprile right now. You need a Ralphie Cifaretto. You need some shooters right now, bruh.
And all those people are gone,
bruh,
because of me.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Because of me, and that's a great thing about this show. And I've never thought about this. This is a great thing about talking about it with people who have watched it, like we're doing in this format. I've never thought about this in watching it. Like all of those people that you mentioned would have been pivotal in this. Like having those people on my side, Richie Aprile, Ralph, Chris, like
Feach,
like Pussy, Feach. Like I needed that, but because I'm a glorified crew and I don't run this shit like it's supposed to be ran, and those niggas is dead. Now I'm in this position where I'm stuck with Bobby and Seal. And no disrespect to them dudes, but they ain't.
Nah.
Them ain't the niggas that getting you out the war, bro.
Even a Mikey Palmisi who loves death. You need a Mikey Palmisi right now. He'd be excited about this. He'd be telling his wife about it and everything.
I can't even talk to Junior about this.
Nah. Damn.
Come on, bro.
So y'all playing and doing raging bull gestures, like, man, come on. Y'all families is exposed right now.
Exactly. We in here playing fucking doing the punching thing and Silvio's like, nigga, it's on, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. Like the
Damn, that's
cop, you
good.
just lost your
That's a good
appetite.
one.
Like you just lost your whole appetite. All
Yeah.
right, man. AJ is home. He's watching the military stuff on PBS. I ain't got nothing else. Anything else y'all want to add to that?
Worried about his well-being. Hit his belt. He watching shit about suicidal bombers. They over there just extra cautious about what AJ is consuming. That's pretty much it.
Get a life, nigga.
Get some
Get out of here.
buns.
Yeah, get a fucking life, bro.
He trying to catch a case.
But still, get a life though, man.
Rihanna, she's underage.
Yes.
She's like a junior in high school.
Oh, because
She
she
like
did
16,
mess with
17 years
his
old, bro.
boy. He met. So she must have been that 15-year-old that was at the club on that episode.
AJ got a weird case. Why is he around?
But even in the sense of like, just get a life, bro. Like, don't be fucking sitting up in your room, sleeping or whatever, and asking me about fucking belch. Yeah, nigga, we hit your belch. You try to drown yourself in the fucking pool, dude. The fuck are you talking? Like, the pretentiousness, like, this is why I could never be convinced to be an AJ fan. The pretentiousness that he has. Oh, you hit my belch? Yes. Why do you even gotta bring that up? Nigga, we thought we think you may still hang yourself. You ain't even cool enough to be like, you ain't cool enough to have belts, bro.
Yeah, you ain't earned it.
That's on you. That ain't on us. That you try to make that a us thing. It's a you thing. That's my biggest problem with this character.
You give me $15,000 and you get your belt back.
Yeah. You right.
You give me that back for the time.
Back for the 2 weeks you was in there. Then you can have. I'll buy your Ferragamo belt, nigga. Like whatever you want.
Get you I'll get you the 2000s belt with your name running across the screen, bro.
And it will be long as you need it to be. Pause.
Hey, yo, you gotta relax.
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
You can't give
man?
AJ a long belt, bro. You telling him. You're telling him, hey, have a good time. Nah, give him a long belt. It's great. You got to give him the short belt. Like, it can't even really wrap around the belt.
That's part of the problem with AJ. That's part of the problem with AJ. Like the approach that, oh, y'all are doing me wrong versus I'm the person that's fucked
He's so
up.
douchey. He's so douchey.
He's
Tony Jr. Like,
yes, nigga, your mom hides your belt when you try to kill yourself. That's a thing.
Yeah, I got.
Don't act like it's don't act like it's crazy. Yeah, he was acting like it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. Yeah. I don't fuck with AJ though.
Nah. Oh man,
I don't fuck with AJ though.
Nah, not at all. Tony is at the Bing and he tells Sil and Bobby we need to get some cousins of ours over here. Wait, did I skip a scene? I feel like
nah, you right.
Oh, okay,
you right.
It's just a short scene. That's what it is.
Yep.
All right, so but yeah, he says we need to get some cousins of ours over here from for the war with Phil. So pretty much they give the nod. They're looking at Bobby. So did Bobby want to call the shots here or not? I couldn't get a read on Bobby's reaction because obviously we're going to see a chain of command happen here.
Bobby just like, whatever you need done, I'm here. Like, what's up?
Yeah. I think he was just new to this position and this type of responsibility. That's the reason that he was looking like that, and they looked at him like that. Like the level of responsibility, and again, that's why it's great writing, and this is a great show because we weren't equipped to understand this as an audience. Like Bobby is number 3 now. They're showing us through these actions that no, Bobby is number 3 now. He's not Junior's driver. He's not the person picking up the prescriptions for Junior. They did it several times in this episode, even in a later scene with Janice when she's talking about what she brought to Tony. And he's like, you bring a guy along, you show him the ropes. Like all of that is a reflection of where Bobby should be in our heads right now, even though they didn't show it to us on screen.
Mm-hmm. I think hot take, his dad was right. I think if you really look closely at Bobby, he's playing mom.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
if you really look,
he
at
know
Bobby,
how to do it. Yeah,
he know how to look like it. He know how to say the right things. He know how to carry the demeanor. He knows how to. But he's really like his dad said. I don't want life. He ain't about the life because I mean, obviously a later scene to be a foretelling of it all. But when you really look at it, like even Bobby, like of course new to position, and he knew. Oh, okay, let me play pool. He knows how to do the look. Like we've been around men.
I know enough gangsters. Bobby know enough gangsters to act gangster.
Yeah,
He
he know
know
enough
enough
ism
gangsters to
of
be
it.
able
You
to
know what I
act
mean?
gangster. Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's not a gangster.
not at all.
Bobby's not a gangster at all.
Not at all. And and
But he
and
know enough gangsters.
and that's why like this. That's why me and you had that debate for the longest about Bobby up until now. We're finally at the point. And of course, we'll eventually do a back of the being about him as one of our character breakdowns. But it's just I noticed like his demeanor was with the pool table stick and like just looking like he's playing and he's knowing like okay, what do I do? But a lot of stuff is just from my dad is the freaking Terminator. My wife is on my back all the time about me needing to get more. All of these different things. But like, bro, while all that's happening, I'm good of doing those things when I'm around people. But in reality, I just want to buy me a blue
This ain't
Comet.
yeah.
I just
I
want to
just
buy a
want a
blue
blue
Comet.
Comet. I want to hunt with my little vest
I just
on
want,
like I
bro.
did.
That's what I want to
And
do.
yeah, that's
I want, I want to go out to my cabin every once in a while and like that. Man,
I'm not a gangster. I just understand the gangster lifestyle.
this would be an interesting conversation to have Chris versus Bobby. And here it seems off-putting, right? But not here, but like when we do a back of the beam, because Bobby gets into this gangster and we got to figure out what's his motive. Chris gets into it, but we also got to figure out what's his motive. Both of their fathers was in the life, but they have these weird
Chris was a
teetering.
gangster though. Bobby is not a gangster. Chris is a gangster.
Chris is a gangster, but there's a little bit more to it. It's like Chris just don't care about nothing almost. Like I don't know. It's I don't know.
I
It's
think
like
Chris has those things that he does care about. Like he is investing in the movie Cleaver. He's investing in Adriana. There are these things that he cares about. With Bobby, it's like I was just so close to this that I have no choice other than to be this. Chris wanted to be it. Chris wanted to be a gangster. It's like the shit with Ray Liotta said in Goodfellas. Like all my life I grew up, I wanted to be a gangster. That's not Bobby. Like Bobby didn't want it. Like I want to play with trains, dude. I want to have my wife that fixed the great ZD and us chill and raise our kids. Like I can drive Junior for my whole mafia career and that will be cool with me. But those are not the circumstances that I've been presented with.
what say you, Rich?
I mean, niggas is surprised that Bobby the number 3. It's 100% right, man. It's like the kid that doesn't want to take over the family business. That's just there. Like I'm just here because I got to, or I had to move back home because somebody got sick or whatever. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do none of this shit. Like that's just what it is. Like he can play it well. It kind of goes back to what I said about Tony and that sandwich when he threw it away. Like this is death. This is real. I don't think Bobby gets that feeling of it. Like it's exciting because this is new and I get to make decisions.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. This end at the end has not been on Bobby's mind. We got that on the pilot from Tony's mind. So he don't really realize it. Even when they were talking about, man, you probably never hear it when it happens. And then they joke right after, like, look at us being morbid. Bobby's saying it because he's just intrigued by the idea that you could be whacked or whack somebody or end it all. But it never really resonates that it could be you. And now he's fresh. He's been waiting a while. Like when Tony had that talk with him, I think it was season 4, when he's like, I've been waiting on this, right? And he said Quasimodo predicted this. Like when they had that conversation while Chris was going to whack his father's killer, Bobby had been like, I've been waiting on this. I've been ready. I've been thought it was my time. And now that we're in it, Bobby's thinking, okay, I got many years in this thing of ours. And he don't realize like, nah, bro, you really at the end of it. Like you have no idea. You have no idea.
Just like
so, yeah.
Just like any other job, man. I want the pay increase. I don't want the work. That's Bobby. You know what I'm saying? When he says I've been feeling deserving, it's not the work. I feel like I should earn more. I put in my keep there, but the work that it takes to get there, like people want to talk about being, I want to be the supervisor, but I don't want to work the 60 hours a week.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Yeah, I get the money, but I also got more time. I don't have this cool, cushy schedule where I can do what I want to do and I can kind of dictate my day how I want to. And if I need to go to the gym in the middle of my day, I got that window here. You don't get that as you get hired because more people are looking for you. You're responsible. Yeah, you hire responsibility.
More money,
You
more
can't be
problems.
at the fucking blue comment, or you can't be looking at fucking blue comments to buy when you know there's a fucking war about to happen, like, or that's going on. Like, niggas, lay low.
You better lay low.
Shout out to Whitney, man. R.I.P.
Shout out
man.
to Whitney. We're at the Melfi up.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney
When she
Houston.
did that Nate Dogg.
Yeah, you better lay low.
You better lay low.
she was definitely on
Yeah, I
that
went over
stuff.
my head with that.
But that was good though. That was
It's like
good.
a classic clip.
But she meant it though.
I ain't seen that.
She
I ain't
definitely-
seen that.
She meant that though, regardless. Man,
Whitney was high as hell.
Oh,
I ain't
absolutely.
seen.
But she
Yeah,
meant
she was
it.
high as hell. I forget BET Awards. One of them awards.
It was BET
something. I'll
Awards.
send it to you.
It
Yeah, I'll
definitely
send
was
it to
BET
you.
Awards.
I ain't seen.
Hey, all right, never mind.
Yo, Whitney was out here wild.
Hey, listen, giving it up. Like, look, I'm telling y'all what's up. Like, she speak, man. All right. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
man. Shout out to Whitney.
shout out to her, man. The Melfi uppity dinner.
I would have flipped this whole motherfucking table over, boy.
Oh man, because
Definitely throwing a drink on Elliot.
Elliot just got the face,
Definitely
the
throwing a drink.
demeanor.
Look at his face, man. Oh man, I'm gonna break your glasses at least, bro.
I'm gonna hurt
break
you.
your glasses and put them in the
I'm
wine
gonna
glasses.
put you to sleep.
Stop playing with me,
I'm
bro.
gonna put you to sleep and say, Jody.
Yeah, stop playing with me.
Jody. Like, bro,
20
I promise.
years.
Yeah, exactly. And smack you over your head. So
Yeah, stop playing with me, bro.
So one of the ladies start talking about the diagnosis, of these criminals. And then we see Melfi for the first time, well, the second time, because of the Toodaloo episode being out of character. And it's really interesting. It's a really interesting dinner amongst colleagues. What did y'all gather from this scene?
Remember we talked about JT going in the Bing, acting like, oh yeah, some writers when they do this, like, bruh, stop fucking playing. Stop acting like this is coincidence. I know it's not coincidence. The same way we just had this conversation when I go to you for therapy, and now all of a sudden they're bringing it up here at the table. Like, Ellie, what the fuck is you on? And I don't like how comfortable you are giving my patient's name out. Like, I get it. I get the nerd side of it when I don't know, take out a gangster and put a celebrity. If we were able to work with a celebrity in some way, one of your favorite celebrities or a very famous person, being close to someone, obviously it brings intrigue and people want to know about it. I get it. And for a psychiatrist, that's like the Mona Lisa of patients, right? Tony Soprano, like, there's so many things we could talk about here, but that's not your business and it's not your business to tell. Like, the fact that is because, matter of fact, you're breaking doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm sure she told him that in one of her sessions.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't. He didn't say the name though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
And that would make me even more upset.
Gave,
the way that you
gave
danced
the
around
Jeopardy
it.
clue though.
He did, but he didn't break no laws.
I'm gonna break your face. I'm gonna break your face.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah,
this was disrespectful. Yeah.
Yeah, because now you think I'm a putz. You think I'm a schmuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't think enough about me to where I'm fully going out here. Like, what? Like, who do you think I am that you can just put all my information out there like that?
I agree with Rich in the sense of this was disrespectful in the sense of client-patient privilege. Mm-hmm. Like, he's looking at her not like a colleague or not like we're on the same page, but you're beneath me. And because you're beneath me and I treat you, I can bring these conversations to these tables of other doctors. And that was disrespectful. Like, Elliot, what Elliot did in this scene and wanting his fascination with Tony Soprano, and I have to bring it to the group, it was disgusting.
Oh man.
One of the most disgusting displays that we've seen in this whole series. However, I do understand it because he's trying to get he don't consider her a colleague. He consider her as you're a pupil. I'm teaching you. And he's trying to get her to understand that what she's doing is wrong.
It's a secret intervention?
Yes. Great call out. I do not think that he told that other therapist about this. I think that that naturally came up,
I don't
but
think
I
so.
do. I think it was natural. There was no indication for me as to him planting that seed with the other therapist. I don't think that happened. I think Dr. Melfi overstepped in that sense of thinking that he said something to get this conversation started. I think that this is a conversation that's being had amongst the professionals in our field,
Yeah,
and
that
they're
that that
putting her
works
up
too.
on game.
That
They're
works too.
putting her up on game. Like you may have been so deep into the Tony Soprano therapy sessions that you ain't even realize that, hey, this is what's going on right now in our field. I can understand that. I don't think that Elliot pushed that, but what I do think that Elliot was disrespectful at is his sense of like, yeah, you hear this? I told you. I told you. Like you can't do that, bro. If I'm teaching somebody, if I want you to truly be my underling, and I really want you to learn and understand from what I got going on, like he sunned her right here, and he didn't need to.
Hmm.
Like he could have let the lady get that off, and like I didn't do it, but he didn't do that.
Again, misjudgment on Melfi's part. There, my therapist is not somebody I'll be able to sit down and eat dinner with amongst a group of people. Matter of fact, I won't even be able to sit down and have dinner with you.
It's an interesting dynamic. Now that you
For
mention
me, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't. It's like people I work with, like or like my
But
supervisor,
they're
or
also
maybe
colleagues though too though.
okay, my colleague is not going to be my therapist though.
that's the thing. The
Yeah,
Because
colleague being
see,
a
hers is
therapist is
though.
the odd part.
you see what I'm saying? Because there has to be a distinction on my respect. Like I got to have a higher respect because I'm going to listen to you in a certain way.
Good
If you're
point.
like me and you, like we chop it up, and I could tell you something, Spike, you'll take it however far you're willing to take it based on our friendship. I could tell Rick something, he'll take as far as our friendship. But then there's somebody that's an OG or an old head or somebody or therapist, somebody that's higher up that I need to have a distinction, a separation that like, oh, this we ain't necessarily gonna be casual because of the respect level that we got. It would never be in this setting. So seeing this is like,
It's like going to the strip club with your pastor.
I mean,
Mm.
that's way out there. That's
Nah, the same thing. Like, how am I gonna come to you for spiritual guidance and I seen you, nigga, doing the tip drill shit to a woman's ass cheeks? Like, you know what I mean?
You,
Like,
slid
it's just
you slid
hard
the
to
credit
get.
card. You slid the
Yeah,
credit card down Bernice's ass, and now
yeah. Like,
Bernie's.
I can't see you that way anymore. Like, we broken that. That level of like what I need you for and that guidance is different now. And
But
that's
my
the same
thing,
way
like,
I think with what you saying, Mo. Like, I
yeah,
just
like it's
can't.
like, how do we get here though? Like, what's the conversation? Say, hey, we're gonna have dinner with a few colleagues. Once you join along, it's like, wait a minute, I'm your patient.
But I think there were colleagues before patients. I'm
Okay, then
sure.
that's the problem.
I think that's probably what it was. I think at one point Jennifer reached a point where she was like, "Man, I really need to talk to somebody, and I'm gonna do it with Ellie."
That's right. But yeah, but
Either way, it is I. Or if it was the other way, right? If it was started as she was always his patient, and then he started saying, "Hey, well, we're gonna get together." That's they keep saying we're all amongst friends here, but you can't cross that line of bringing what we talk about in therapy here, even if you indirectly do it and try to be being way
nah,
too flippant with it,
he was wrong. Like
way too
he was
flippant.
comfortable with it and everything.
Yeah, man. So goofy ass water balling and all that.
Yeah, for real, for real. But at the same time, Melfi deserved it though, because you thought higher of yourself, and you should have been out of there when you had season two and your life was on the line. He told you to leave your practice. You should have left in. You believe too much and like, oh, I can convert a criminal. Like, nah, you should set your ass down somewhere. I'm gonna keep it a
That's the one
bean
thing
though.
I'll never be able to argue.
That's one
Melfi
of
should
those.
have been out.
She
Melfi
should
should
have
have
been
never
out.
went back. Yeah,
Yeah.
she should have been out.
So but you were entertained by this, and he gave you a thrill that your ex husband Richard didn't. You know what I mean? And there's a deeper thing with Melfi. When of course, we'll do it back at the being of Melfi. There's a deeper thing with Melfi, but he gave her a thrill that she did not get from her husband. But she didn't want to sleep with him because she's professional. But she was attracted to him as well. So, it was just a deeper thing with Tony that she was getting off that was really helped sustain certain things of her life and the everyday mundaneness of things. We'll go to the next scene. Bobby whispers to Paulie at the Bing to come to the back, and they want Paulie to be a part of setting this thing up. And Paulie says that he survived the Colombo War by the skin of his nuts. And really starts to get aggressive. We sense a real hesitancy, and he knows how deep Phil's family is. What did y'all gather from Paulie's reaction? Because there's some anxious. I talked about a little bit of stuff earlier with Burt and the shoes. Now we get into some more stuff with Paulie.
I think he said it. I survived. I've been down this path before, and I wasn't even really directly involved, right? Like there was just when this shit happens, there's so much shit that hits the street that you always got your head on the swivel, and you never know when it's gonna end. You never know when the treaty's coming and all of that. Similar to Butchie. Are y'all sure this is the path we need to go down? And this is New York we talking about. Like them niggas ain't gonna stop trying. If that's the order, that's the order, which we can talk about next week when we get to Made in America. Like that shit just ain't gonna stop just because, man. We don't know how long they got more firepower than us. It's probably what it's gonna be coming down to. And if we start down this path, man, it can go real bad for us. We're the underdogs in this situation. We're not the favorites. Like it's plus we're about plus 300 right now. Maybe plus 400, 450.
Damn.
Like the odds are not in our favor right now. They are the heavy favorites to win this shit. So if we doing it, we doing it. And I'm down. Cool. But make sure we know what we doing and shit is in order before we actually play this game. And Bobby, as we just talked about, you playing and shit. Who the fuck are you to step to me? I've been through this shit. Your dad's been through this shit. You ain't done nothing. You playing gangster. Like you think this shit is cool and fucking cops and robbers and shit. Nah, this shit real. It's some real gangster shit, bro. I lived it. Trust me. You don't want to go through that. Hove did that. So Paulie did that. So hopefully you don't got to go through that.
Got to go through that. An interesting response by Paulie, in the sense of I'm not sure what rank he thought he held in the Soprano crew at this point. Just like what New York said, like, nah, we ain't got to take him out. Like he's not management. He ain't somebody that we got to worry about. So when management calls you to the office and tell you this is what we doing, your first initial thought is to question him and be like, does Tony know about this? I would have been as offended as Bobby and Seal was. Like, nigga, who the fuck you think you're talking to? This ain't no fly by night shit, bro. Like, I'm telling you this out of respect for you being an OG, but not taking the proper steps to step up and be in the position of you should have had this information anyway. You a pooput out here. Like you ain't earning, you're not earning great. I can't trust you with vital information. And now it's time to like go to the mattresses or be at war. I gotta fill you in on this shit. Like, bruh, stop coming at me like I'm the nigga that's not the gangster. You the nigga that's not the gangster. You the one that's not doing the stuff that you're supposed to. You the one that's this age and still at the same position that you're in this role. Like, stop. And I think Paulie was very delusional in how he played this. And I think that the responses to, like, when he asked, does Tony know about this? Like, they were like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You think that we gonna go to war with New York without Tony knowing about it? Like, get the fuck out of here. That shows to how far removed you are from this shit. Like, you just going through the motions, bro.
So you laid on everything.
Yeah.
I got some more things to say about Paulie, but I'll wait. We go to Dr. Melfi reading the criminal personality study, and everything she reads is spot on Tony. Y'all want to just reserve that for the session?
However you want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Paulie meets with Patsy and gives him the go. And Patsy looks like he even almost has some hesitancy. And then what's the bilingual kid named again? Rich?
Corky.
Corky. I'll never pass the drug test. And he tells him,
Hey, you fried, bro.
Right.
anyway, what are you gonna do? So there's this quick moment. Paulie pulls off, but he pulled out of the parking lot really fast. What did y'all think about that? Like, was it nothing to think about, or what? Like, because he's doing a lot of like shaky stuff this episode to me. That's like very stalling ish. Talk about taking vacation soon and all this.
This is why you're not number 3, bro. All this bullshit, all this childish emotions, like you said, pulling out the parking lot. Like, bro, this is the reason that Bobby is in the position that you should be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you doing, like you whack.
You remember
bro.
when there was a point when he had Sil and Paulie like 2A and 2B? You remember that?
Yes.
Like that was a real time where he had, right when Richie was on the scene, season 2. He had both of them Richie was talking trash to both of them because they were like neck and neck dealing with it. It's amazing how far he's dropped. You know what I mean? Like,
Paulie was on the boat with P when they had to take care of business.
Yeah, he was wow, yeah. I can't wait through our Paulie. We got a lot of character analysis episodes we'll come with, but y'all get that soon enough. But we're finally here. Tony's at Melfi's office for what we see is the last time. And Tony obviously tears out a recipe after the magazine. It's funny. You know, this is 07. Like, the internet still ain't quite what it is now. Where it's like, bro, just Google this. Just QR code this joint, you know. But it's 2007. Anyway, so.
And knowing that Tony was never going to use that ever.
No, like, you're not going to cook this. Like, we've never seen Tony cook. Maybe on the grill, but that's it.
Yeah, puts on the grill, but he ain't about to cook that. He ain't about to do all that extra shit. That sounds good.
So I'll say this. A few things. A couple of 3 things. I don't like Melfi's demeanor. But I do understand a smidget of it. Because I believe in therapy being effective. Like, you know, like people believe in the law. Like how she believes in therapy is how like people that believe in the law, how they believe in this country. You know, flag saluting, you know, like people like I talked about. And I thought and she really thought she had a real chance, you know, even though like we talked about, she should have got out of the game. And, you know, it's just, I understand how she had a certain belief in what therapy can do. I do understand how she got there. So I don't like her demeanor. That's the first thing I'll say. And I'll throw the ball in, of course, as far as y'all reaction to this scene, because obviously this is the last Melfi and Tony scene, second to the last episode. So,
this what happens when people feel like you're playing them. Yeah, she tried to deny it for 6 seasons. She tried to she tried to deny that he's not manipulating me. I'm helping him. And that's not the case. We've talked about it at several points on this podcast. We've talked about how Tony is using this to sharpen his swords. And she is now at the point where, okay, yes, I get it. The dinner, Elliot, with my conversation with him in therapy, like, I get that I'm not helping him. What I'm doing is
making him a better criminal.
Yeah, I'm making him a better criminal, and that's not what I want to do. And I'm not mad at her demeanor here. Like
that's why I understand
like this is it. Like I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Like I get that. This is what women do. I ain't gonna play with like
new information
once they
like
realize, once they realize, I ain't gonna play with you, bro.
It's a hard turn.
Facts.
Rich, what I know you like you was about to say something.
Well, no, I just wanted to point out, I agree with what you said, and it's not coincidence if everybody feels that way. Lorraine Bracco herself felt the same way about the character. She did not like the way things ended between Dr. Melfi and Tony. It just didn't seem real in the sense of I did spend 7 years with you, and Dr. Melfi cares about Tony as a person. Like the same way Agent Harris cares about Tony as a person, not in a like I said, in a neighbor way, right? You wave to your neighbor, say, "See you." You don't really care about the ins and outs and this, that, and the third. But I'd rather them have a good day versus a bad day. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. It seems like there would be a little bit more. Now, was it necessary? Absolutely. Like we've already shared, this should have been ended.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no other way to go about it, but the coldness and the kind of the crassness of it and the abruptness of it, in a sense. Even now, after all the time, after all the years I've seen The Sopranos and many rewatches, it still feels empty. Feels like a letdown for us as viewers. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Facts. This
That's what we
was
went
like
to therapy for.
right. This was damn. That's how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's just kind of what it. Like I said, maybe we should. They've given us plenty of hints to know that Tony wasn't in it for the right reasons, so maybe a good ending wasn't necessary, or deserving. But at the same time, it's like, damn, man, we stuck this, we throw this shit out.
Now it's a weak nut. It's a great build up to a weak nut. That's what this is, unfortunately. And everything that y'all saying, and you know, like I said, it's like her demeanor. I get it. It's like, you know, not only did I find out that you've been playing me, but I made you a better criminal. So that I get her demeanor. But Melfi also makes some good points after Tony talks about being depressed, and she says, "So the boy that didn't care about anything cares too much," which is a great way to. Again, we don't like AJ, but it's a great way to take another look at AJ. It's like, okay, we used to be like, bro, what are you into? What do you care about? You don't care about nothing. Now he cares about too much or cares about whatever. So, you know, so we see that. And he says the daughter, like all females, ultimately disappoints. So then Tony starts to feel this and he says, he's like,
That's when she was bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you bullshit. Now I get you might be right, but now that's you. Now you generalizing.
Yeah, you are.
Because I didn't say that. Even if you are right, I wasn't even thinking about that. So chill. That's subconscious, Tony. But you playing now.
And I just feel like I wish they would have built towards her figuring it out earlier and trying to see if it lines up with Tony. Like I wish that this, like, because Elliot already said this. I wish there would have been like week after week Melfi's trying to figure out, does this line up? Is Tony really trying to be better, or is he trying to be a better criminal? Like, and spend time with Melfi trying to investigate in her study versus just like, oh, she all of a sudden, oh, this is more like Melfi comes off as a reader, like comes off as a studier. All of a sudden, like, oh, I never seen this before. And now, like, oh, this lines up. He does sympathetic to babies and pets. It's just they should have built this up, and Melfi, we should have had internal battles with her. The way they handled the Melfi sexual abuse episode, they handled it with such grace and integrity and so layered. This was so not. This felt like they jumped on the blue comic train of everything being fast paced, and it shouldn't have been for something like this.
Facts.
So, but they had to do what they had to do. And I get it. They had to do what they had to do.
I think you present a really good point in the sense of this was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
What color is Tony's jacket?
what color is it?
I don't know. I'm asking you. What color is that?
Say, hold on. Is it tan? Is it beige?
It's beige.
Olive?
I say beige.
All right, yeah. Beige feels on par.
Okay. It's not mustard. It's not that.
Nah, you got on mustard.
That's funny. Damn,
bro, I would have thought you big used that. I thought you would have been set that up somewhere, bro.
Nah,
yeah, that's good.
Had to get it in for the series.
We in at the end. We in at the end, man.
You're right. One more thing though, as pretty much Melfi, like get him all the way out of here. Tony's thoughts on her being immoral as a doctor and actually putting the page back in the magazine, and she got this certain kind of face. What did y'all gather from that? Like, obviously, it's the last scene with them two. What did y'all gather from that? Because it's
You
very
exactly
interesting little
who
small
you
tidbit.
exactly who I thought you were.
Yeah,
You're looking for that sympathy. You're looking for I'm the bad guy now.
Ah, okay.
I'm the bad
facts.
guy. It's not your fault. Like always. Like anything else that you talk about in this office, that's just kind of what it is. So whatever, man. Tony Petty,
Yeah,
he's funny, and
because what?
obviously he's
Because
got
of
the.
what's your criticism of me? That's the main thing. Like here go the magazine page back. I don't give a fuck about that. What's your criticism of me?
Mm.
And you didn't. You wait till now. You wait till my son is going through this. I need. I'm beefing with New York. You don't know that. Yeah, that's true. But you wait till now to voice your criticisms of me, and you don't want to help me. Fuck your little picture. Here go your magazine. Here go your magazine page back. I could see where Tony processes this in a way is like, nah, I don't fuck with you. And I could also get Melfi's point of view in the sense of like you're a lost cause.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry, y'all. This ending between them two sucked. Like
But I will say, it just
What did you want?
I'm
I
about to say,
told you, like
there's really nothing
there
else that
should
could have
have
happened.
they should have just did a build up. Like they should have built up like in 6B. They should have built up this when Elliot brought the information. This should have been earlier in 6B. And it should have been at least 3 episodes of her like doing a study, doing a read, and kind of navigating her questions and sessions with Tony based on what she read, but then him like, what is this about? And he was like, oh, and she gets back into it before she finally gets like one strong indicator that gives it away. And she's like, and then she comes to this same conclusion. It should have been like a 3 episode arc, is what I'm saying. Not this all of a sudden 180 in the y'all riding the blue comet. Like it shouldn't have been this way, but she's voiced this. A lot of people have voiced this. It's a given. They had to do. They had to do. They're in the penultimate episode. You know, I almost would have rather them not even have a hard breakup. I would have rather him just not, did a no show, and she would have. If you're gonna do a quick little whatever, just him to be a no show, and she'd be like, and then he's like, hey, I'm not gonna be doing therapy anymore. I would have rather that. This was nothing. Like this is a nothing burger with extra sauce. Um. Yep, and then we get that. We get the close of it all. Her closing the office, which is, you know, we've seen him on the first episode with it, and it's the end of Melfi. Thank you, Lorraine Bracco. The cousins of theirs go to whack Phil and his Gumar and whack a lookalike. The fact that they shoot innocent people as a mistake is crazy. They call Patsy. Patsy calls Paulie. So how do y'all think this intel was wrong? What happened?
Well, it wasn't wrong intel. So that woman really is Phil's Gumar. It just so happens that her dad looks like Phil. But you can peel back your own little creepy layers about that anyway.
Oh, like daddy issues.
Yeah, whatever. But that's her. His Gumar is really her. Like, so it wasn't like a mistake. They were at the right house because that's where she really lives. That's where Phil normally comes. She just wasn't. They looked at the white hair. We don't know this dude like that. We're not double checking. You're not putting the context clues together. Like, hey, why would the daughter be with the dad? Like she's saying, obviously they shoot him, and then she hears him say, "Dad." Why would the dad be over here when I'm visiting my Gumar? Why are they speaking Ukrainian? There's all types of things, but guess what? We're here to do a job. You told us to hit this dude, that's what we hit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're calling it a day. And the one thing I find interesting about this is, let's say it wasn't a mistaken identity. Do you still get to Phil? Because I don't see Phil falling for the DHL at 9 p.m. or whatever time it is. Especially when you know I just put out a hit on these dudes. Like, this is my Gumar crib. I'm not answering your door anyway. You got a package coming this late? Fuck that package. Leave that shit on the door.
That's true.
I just couldn't see him answering the door in the middle of the night to sign for a package. And it's for Phil. You said it's for me. Like the dude said, package for Phil. I don't live here. Why the fuck would I be getting a DHL package here? This shit just don't add up right.
Facts.
So
Facts.
so even if all this shit didn't go down the way it did, I still don't see them hitting Phil in this moment. And Corky being at the porn store is just what are you doing with your life, my nigga?
He said,
Well,
Like
yeah.
hanging out at
You
the
got
DVD porn store is nuts.
you got well here. I'll explain that in a
No
second.
pun.
You got 10 seconds to get your no good, filthy.
Yeah, man.
Corky always do
Keep
it,
the
though.
change, you filthy animal. Like that would have been the. But nah, Corky, that makes sense. I mean, if he lives, I don't know if he's living on the American side or the Italy side, but to me, it seems like he's not. If he's on the Italy side, they may not get the same. Like this is just such a regular thing. Like it's mainstream over here. You can go to a whole store section and get pornography versus over in Italy, it might be a little bit more, humps to jump over to like get access to that. Or if he is on the American side, he's still bilingual. Then it's just one of those things. Like, bro, he's just not getting busy. Like he high all the time, so he ain't tapped into like that side of getting busy because he always high.
I also don't know if they trying to be funny. Well, first of all, let me tell myself a little bit. For those of y'all who were in the golden age of porn, you know what I'm saying, on the DVDs and all that, not this new age Twitter and Pornhub. I'm talking about the old school DVD collection.
Mm-hmm.
There's an incredible legacy series entitled Booty Talk. If you know, you know. Booty Talk is just it's up there, man. It's on the
Shout
Mount
out to Booty
Rushmore of
Talk.
just series. And if you pause
Shout out to Booty
at
Talk, bro.
if you pause at 28 minutes and I say 24, 23
Use a
seconds,
nigga.
Nah,
Booty
shout out to
Talk.
Booty Talk. Shout out to Booty Talk, bro. He right.
Use
He
a
right,
nigga.
man. He right. He right, man.
Hey, listen,
That-
if you
that shit was
pause
legendary.
at 28 minutes, 23 seconds, in the upper left-hand corner, you see Booty Talk. I believe it's 15 or 45. I noticed the West Coast Productions, which obviously produced Booty
Name.
Talk. There is a Booty Talk in the background, so we can say Booty Talk made it to Sopranos. My question for you, Mo, is this another little subtle David Chase? I'm gonna have black porn because there's other black porn throughout this whole section. Is it funny? Is it a coincidence that they stopped at the black porn section? Or is it just one of those things?
Nah, that ironically enough, that feel like that would track for Corky though. I don't know why, but it just feel like it would track. I don't know what it is about Corky, but it feels like he would definitely be into like a black woman and black. It just feels like he would be into that. I don't know. I don't have nothing to like back that, but Corky just feels like he would be like it just be like a Hesh. Like it's random, but it's just after you get used to it, you kind of like I can see that. Like Corky just feels like that to me. So that's the racist moment you talking about.
No.
Oh, okay. That's still just a little okay.
It was. I'm sorry, I missed it. It was in Melfi's. Oh, damn! I forgot to even talk about it.
When she misread the situation.
No. When it was a facial expression, man. It wasn't even racist. I probably misspoke. It was when she was talking. Tony was talking about Meadow, and you're like, she's into civil rights law. Muslims, blacks, and rolled his eyes like the blacks. Like he was so like these niggas. Like it was just one of those moments where if you look at his facial expression, the way he rolled his eyes when he mentioned blacks, it was like, all right, man, we get it. You don't like us.
But that was a racist part in the Melfi dinner though. Like when they were but they were talking about the wine though.
Yeah,
like
I don't
talking
care
about something
that.
about a big nose and something. She was like, "Well, that's a big." I don't know, it was something, but it was like, "Oh, I'm talking about the wine." But
not that. It was more so just Tony's reaction when he said black. It was the last LOL moment for me.
Well, he still thinks that we'll steal her radio. So
the blacks, like, whatever. I guess if we got to include these niggas, sure. I guess these blacks need attorneys too. Whatever.
Oh man, that I'm cool with. That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't racist. It was more so just
that tracks though. That tracks. Like I'm cool with
does.
that. Just don't be like overtly like you.
I am not a nigga.
Pretty much that part. All right, so we talked about that. So the Sopranos are at Vesuvio's having a meal discussion. Meadows. Oh man, this is a crazy scene. So so Tony and Carmela, they're having a discussion about Meadows, changing majors, and then the Buccos come over. This is obviously our last time seeing the Buccos. It's so good to see Artie. That's my guy. And so Tony and Carm are flowing with it about, about Meadows switching majors from, medical to criminal law. And then Carmela just puts the 93 gas. She puts the 93 gas on the lie about why she wasn't cut out for medicine, to the point Tony's like, what are you talking about?
Like, where did this come from?
Because she started going so crazy. He looked like, bro, what the, like,
Nick said, what are you talking about?
dude, like, because he was with it at first. He's like, okay, you selling it way too hard. You got some other things going on with your daughter right now. But Artie says that she would have been good at it. I agree. I think Meadow would have been good at it. And there's one more jab from Charmaine to Carmela. She says Meadow dating Patrick. That's a little awkward though, ain't it? Isn't his father Tony's
Tony still
underling?
his boss?
You gotta love this shit.
Oh, like Charmaine, she got it off in season 1, and she got to get it off in season 6B. Like, yeah. Because again, Charmaine don't care about none of this, bro. That's what makes it so fun. Like, and one more thing, and y'all respond however y'all want. It's funny now. It seems like the civilian thing is fly now in comparison to the mob stuff. I don't. Right. I think they're trying to give that off in a way.
That's a good call out.
Yeah.
Like already the Buccos look like things are better. Like you don't have to worry about, as Carmela said, a piano hanging over your head. You know, I don't know if you will come back.
Nobody is trying to kill us,
bruh. Y'all life is looking a lot better now in comparison to when we were living on the high horse. You know, in the mob. Man, listen, excellent job. Like I don't know if that's what they were getting, but that's my interpretation. Like straight up. Anything else y'all want to add to this little interaction between the Sopranos and the Buccos?
Perfect way to end them out, just being petty.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Dang, I missed
shout out to Eric Mangini, man. Once upon a time, he was the savior of the Jets.
Man genius.
The man genius.
That's dope. That's a good flip.
Shit.
You know, Italian American, got to get him in the show, right?
Got to. What are you gonna do? Paulie visits Seal and tells him about the hit and says he's going to ask for some time off. Wink, wink. Murmur shows up and he shows them the newspaper and says, who does this look like? And obviously this is tying into Phil's Gumar and the Gumar's father that just got whacked from the cousins of theirs. And obviously this is no good. This is really bad news.
We had our shot, we missed.
Now, this is why Paulie's behavior is suspicious. Bro, ain't no, I'm about to take a vacation, I'm going to take some time off, and we're in the middle of a war.
Well, you got to think. He thinks there is no war. He thought Phil gone.
Thanks.
Like, Phil up out of here. Like, shit stopping.
Or did he provide intel?
It's no different. There's a very similar moment in season 5 of The Wire when Chris and Marlo are looking for Omar. And Marlo's telling Chris, like, yo, we should go on vacation. He's like, man, I can't do that with Omar coming after us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and then once things, you know, not to get too deep into it, but there's another moment where he's talking about, like, I guess it's time for you and I to take that vacation. Like, he thought shit was in the clear. Like, he thought Phil was out of here. And then they find out very quickly that's not the case. That nigga look just like Phil, too. That's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't like that writing choice either. The Melfi and that writing.
A little bit tied together too quickly.
And the pump fake is really weird for this. Like you getting all extra artsy on season 6A with 4 episodes in the hospital, trying to like exploit all of your deeper thoughts on existentialism and all that. And then here we kind of get some sped up parts, and it's just like, why did you even write a lookalike in here? Like it shouldn't even been a lookalike. But anyway, yeah, we don't let you off the hook.
You gotta have them playing defense.
The Sopranos.
That's why you gotta have them playing defense. Yes. You can't have them be on offense and they're just pop feeling that.
I like it. I'm trying to figure out a different way they could have done it. But I didn't. I just that lookalike is not. That's not they're doing these little things that are like generic, but it don't matter anyway because we are over with regardless. As far as like the show's going to be over, But like that felt like a little generic to me. Like, oh, the father happened to look like the Shah of Iran as well. Come on. So
That's fair.
what are you gonna do? Janice visits Tony. Tony is emptying the pool and says it costs a fortune to heat. And man, we are in different times now. Y'all remember in season 5, which there was this, which obviously in this timeline, it's like 2 years ago, where Tony was diving in his pool while they were separated, and he was pissed when Carmela drained the pool. Damn, it's over for the little guy. Like it's crazy. Now he's talking about how expensive it is just to heat the pool.
Yeah, man. Vito was still alive,
bro.
Vito had to heat the pool money.
He definitely had. He was definitely yeah. Maybe you should. Never mind.
That's still some wild shit to say to Carlo.
That is the wildest thing that I've ever heard. So maybe you should start
you should start sucking cock.
Telling Carlo that I'll never forget that. If somebody, oh yeah, I'll never. Everything Carlo does after makes sense to me. Like, I'm sorry.
Man, first chance I get, nigga, you going down.
Yeah, you are going down. Pachim. But she comes and tells Tony Uncle Junior is out of money again. And at the end, and Uncle June has to leave the facility. Tony pulls out a bill, and this is Bobby for feeling bad for Junior. And then Seal comes over to tell Tony that no one can find Phil anywhere for 4 or 5 days. Tony tells them Seal that people have to change their routines and collection days up and let everybody know. Anything y'all want to add to this scene?
Tony said it. He said it to Janet. Some balls you got coming over here. That's my thoughts. You must be out your fucking mind coming over here singing Junior Sorrows to me.
When he shot me.
This nigga shot me.
Yeah, man. Fuck out of here.
Damn near died. You were crying in the hospital. I almost died.
Yeah. Like, and your husband feels sorry about it? Like, fuck him too.
Yeah. Tony's still mad about Bobby whooping his ass though.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's buried deep in there.
If you're gonna be my number 3 at the table.
Yeah, you are right, Mo. He still feels something about that, but like your wife coming over to me and be like, "Oh, you need to handle this different," like that. Nah, all y'all got me fucked up.
Mm-hmm. And she's crazy for even like thinking like, because my mind is like, what do you gain from this? Because you don't care like that. Janice never.
She cared about Uncle Junior.
That little niece.
That's
of
what
mine.
I took it.
Remember,
as.
he always say, that little niece of mine.
I took it as she cared about Junior.
I don't know, because he never looked at her that way. Like if she cared about Junior,
I don't know if she might have looked at him that way though.
Maybe it's a responsibility. It's a duty, right? The same way Tony took care of his mom. He didn't like his mom. But that's what he's supposed to do. That's my responsibility.
Y'all think at this point Janice may have changed a little bit? Y'all think at this point in time, since we in at the end, Janice has changed a little bit?
Nah.
I think Bobby says stuff around the house too, like to the point where it is my uncle. Bobby probably told her like, I care more about him than you. He said that before in this show.
That's a
so
good
she's like, man, at least I can do is go. And subconsciously, if I can stick it to Tony a little bit and get on his nerves, like just so I can see him yell and scream, maybe that give me a little bit of satisfaction too.
Facts.
When Sale pulls up and he tells him like, this is what's going on, it's amazing to me. Like, bro, you got to get through the family side of things. Keep it calm, keep it regular. Hey, how you doing? But like, bro, your life is really on the line. But yeah. All right. So let's see. So pretty much after he tells them they got to change their routes and everything. The next scene. Bobby goes into the train store, but he leaves his phone in the car.
Goofy.
What are we doing?
And they do the artsy Final Destination thing with the train and Bobby being shot, and they fill his ass up. But before that, he's looking at this train. Yeah, that's like that. Yep, that's definitely an O. Shout out to Vito. But he told him $8,000 for what the blue comic train and the set, the whole setup, like
The whole set.
Okay.
Greatest sales tactic ever, man. Other people are interested.
But other people
It
want
works.
this.
So Bobby, he's in there, he's doing that, he's into it. He's sitting there in such a casual demeanor when like people are looking to kill you. I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby didn't even have a gun on him.
He didn't know.
He had no business being here. And what a way to die.
They shot this scene. This is beautiful the way they shot this scene. The
Oh
way
yeah,
they built the
this
tension.
is innovative this time.
And not to mention, it's one of those things where you knew because the Sopranos, as much as they don't hit us over the head with things, from Tony's telling us explicitly to Seal, tell everybody, and then right to that scene where you see Bobby leave that phone in there with it ringing and he don't hear it, you know what's about to happen, and it's almost this is the Italian American version of Ricky.
It is.
Like, every time I watch this, it's just like, oh, every time I watch it,
good.
That's good.
Like, nigga, there's something you got to do to avoid this shit, but you know, each and every time he getting lit up. You know he getting lit up, man, but it's like, oh, so many times where you can just avoid this shit. It's just the way you go to I forgot what they call those mirrors in the corner where you can see things behind you.
Mm-hmm.
The train section, this is a back and forth to it, and them just finally getting to Bobby and like, all right,
he was easy work.
Easy work, bro.
Mm-mm.
Like Spike said, man, you playing gangster because there's no real gangster in the world that ever be out here trying to buy the blue Comet when you know we put a hit out on New York. I'm laying low. As soon as the hit goes out, I'm laying low.
We are beefing, bro.
Yes, you're not gonna be able to find me.
Janice Ben told you, like, bro, you sitting here playing with toys. Did you? When Tony came over and he was mad, he's like, I watched Uncle June myself. It's like, bro, did you have to wear the hat?
Like, imagine him getting the news. Imagine Tony getting that news, like, oh yeah, Bobby got in the train store. Like, what the fuck?
He wasn't surprised. I guarantee that.
I say it all the time, man. There's that scene in season 3 of the Wire, man, when the Barstow Stanfield beef is heating up, the Snoop pull up on them niggas on the corner. What the fuck y'all niggas doing out here, man? Don't you know we in a fucking war? Get the fuck in the truck.
You look stupid.
Like, that's what I want to say to Bobby, bro. We warned. Get the fuck out of here. Lay low.
Every time I see it, I be wishing he ain't had to go this way. I'm glad I'm okay with him getting whacked because it pulls a little bit at our heartstrings. I just hate he got whacked like this.
Yeah, because if you can't whack Bobby, then you lose credibility in New York. That should be the first and easiest.
Yeah, he's gonna be the first. That's for sure. You're right.
Good point, Rich.
So after that, Seal and Patsy pack it up from the back, from the Bing and head out. They make sure the girls get their checks or whatever, and they start as soon as they get out of there.
I'm sorry. I got one quick question for both of y'all. Very, very quick, Mo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And Spike. If Bobby gets that phone call and he takes it, does he still go in the train store?
No.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
I think he's smart. He's smart enough to avoid that.
Part of me thinks I'm still here. I'm already here. What's the odds of him coming to get me right now? I think there's a part of him that goes in still because he ain't taking it serious as he needs to.
That's a good point, but I do think that he was smart enough to avoid that. And if he had got that phone call, he was like, I'm gonna move accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. All right, Mo, my bad.
No, I don't think he would. I think he's still he's low key looking for guidance, and whatever Seal and Tony says, he's rolling. Like, because he knows he's new to the role. So I think if they said that he would have probably headed on out, maybe come back tomorrow or a day after. He would have still came back to the store if he would have kept his life. But damn, man, like they getting the drop on you. Like, dude, you didn't make like a Instagram, Facebook status. I'm at the store shopping for, like, they just got you, bro. You know what I mean?
Huh?
I know we live in a different world now where people can find you if they want to, but like, man. But anyway, so Seal and Patsy, they pack it up and they head out. And then before you know it, they start shooting at Patsy and Seal, and then Seal gets hit a few times and he is now down. Now, this is the thing that I will say. My theory of we'll get to that. My theory, I just want to clear this up real quick because I've gone back and forth about it. My theory of Patsy and Paulie in cahoots would have to die here.
Mm.
Because when I watched this scene a few times back to see, they were definitely aiming at him too. So it could have been a thing where Patsy and Paulie were in cahoots, but Paulie kind of did the double agent thing that got him out of here. But I still, like I said, I got a theory on Paulie that is a popular theory, but I start to buy into it a little bit. So I think there was where, oh shit, like, oh man, you know. But anyway, what did y'all think about this scene?
The one thing that pisses me off, and this is all I'll say about it, man. Once again, you in a fucking war. You know this more than anybody, Seal. Why the fuck is your gun in your briefcase in the back seat?
Facts.
Because Seal doesn't do this type of dirty work. That's the clear
It
indication.
don't matter,
like,
bro.
No,
don't get me wrong. No, you're right.
We beefing.
You're right. But
I need this shit at the access at all times.
Yo, the guy that getting out and shooting, is that a members only jacket? I don't know if y'all can see, if y'all got to pull it up somewhere, but he got a tan jacket on that looks like a members only jacket. It
looks like a members only jacket. Look at you. I see what you're doing.
I never even noticed that. I never noticed that. But now I'm looking, I say, yo, that might be. I don't even think I've heard anybody point this out.
Yeah, I don't know if it qualifies or not, but it definitely looks similar.
Yes. It looks like it.
Because it's got all of the weird, like.
Yeah, it look like it.
I saw the dude on the motorcycle had to get it too, man. It's crazy.
Facts.
He dead?
Yes.
That nigga gone. He gone.
He out of here.
He gone.
Like they like it, the fact that people are just sitting.
Probably a nigga underneath there. You can't just couldn't see it.
Probably.
It's definitely.
Nah, that was a white dude. I see this face through the helmet. Oh God. Damn. I watched the scene again. Like, he definitely got mushed.
He fucked up. Shit, it got him all in his sternum. It's done.
Yeah, it's got his
sternum bleeding, all that shit. He done.
He's
a wrap.
Damn. Stop riding motorcycles, people. that's. Hey, listen. Anyway, I'd be serious about that. Like, stop riding motorcycles, man. You ain't got no protection, bro. I remember, I will say this, the first time I watched this, I remember feeling so like sad about Seal. Like, cause in my mind, the first time, like, you know, obviously the memos, none of these guys are good guys. I felt bad about Bobby, then Seal got hit. And I remember feeling bad about Seal as well. Cause in my mind, Seal hadn't really done anything. I kind of forgot about the Tracy thing. So in my mind, Seal hadn't really done anything. So I felt really bad about Seal getting shot up and hit like that.
It all happens so quick.
They villains.
Yeah.
Villains, man. They're bad people.
No, now watching it and reviewing it, I was like, I mean, you had it coming, bro. Like, you ain't no cleaner than nobody. You know, you literally just killed somebody a few days ago with a you know, barbed wire.
Facts.
So Tony pulls up at the crib. Tony tells Carmela what is going on, and she gives him the expected reaction, but she gets it right in the gear. Tony goes up. He gets AJ ready to leave. And this is a very dark scene.
AJ and Tony?
Yes. Tony gives the speech, you know, he just gives this conversation about Bobby, your Uncle Bobby's dead. And your Uncle Bobby's dead, and you know, I was just starting to get better. I was just starting to deal with everything. And he was like, yeah, he was a good guy. And listen, I felt bad for AJ. I really did. I genuinely felt bad for AJ in this scene. I don't hardly feel that, but I cannot lie.
You did?
Bro, you talk about a scene that is not supposed to be funny.
Yeah, definitely not.
Y'all react, please, because
I felt Tony so much in this moment because, bruh,
I felt Tony, but I felt AJ like, whoa, like think about a close uncle of yours, like you just got through something and somebody hit you with your close uncle is dead. Like, what do you mean dead?
Yeah, hey, that was funny. We said, "What do you mean he got shot?" Like, what do you mean he got?
Yeah,
like the way he said that, like, bro, you can't just come in here and say he got shot and then act like I'm not gonna go ahead no follow up question.
Literally, I just got home. Funny.
Like, yeah, yes. So to your point, Mo, yes, there is if you look at it, if this is a normal family, just a normal family, then obviously there's a little bit more.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, there's a little bit more, I guess, softness that you approach this with, right? Yes, your uncle died. What do you need? I'm sorry. He cried out, hug it out.
Where's your
Want to
uncle
talk
at?
about it? Yeah, whatever the case is, you can do all of that thing. Tony's on the sense of like since AJ never has had all the information provided to him, and Tony's not going to start here. Tony's like, listen, yeah, that's fucked up, but now's not the time. You're gonna grieve at the next spot. Right now, I need you to get this shit together. You already a loser, in my opinion. What I mean, you just bust in. I could have
Facts.
been doing anything. Well, what were you doing? Nothing. Get your bum ass up, man. We got shit to do. I don't got time for this right now. Nah, and Tony, think about it. If Tony's going through the same thing that AJ is, depression, right?
Of
I have
course.
this shit
Of
too.
course.
Like I have it too, so I understand, which makes me realize you're going to have to snap out of it for right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
drag
yeah.
your ass in. I don't give a fuck how you leaving this crib, but you're gonna leave. I'll throw you off the roof like you do.
He said even if he's
That's a
boarded
good
up, I'm dragging you
Yes,
up
you
out of here.
leaving, bro. Like you were leaving.
right.
Like wait downstairs. No, matter of fact, don't leave. You leave too, because this shit getting real around here. The shotgun outside in the truck.
Yeah.
Shit getting real. I can't tell you that because you already gonna freak out. I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say. That's why we hit the belts.
Mhm.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
pretty
saying?
much. That's why we hit the bells. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so man, stop fucking playing and get your ass out here. Like,
Yeah.
listen to your mom. And if you really look at the scene, Tony's being gentle.
He
You
was.
Yeah.
want to snatch him up off rip. He's giving
was.
patience.
He
You
was
know what?
graceful, as graceful as he could be in considering.
All things
Facts.
All
considered,
things considered, I thought he let it breathe for a moment. But
that
like,
nigga AJ said, "What? Hey, that nigga AJ said, what do you mean he got
what
shot?
do you
nigga?"
mean he got shot? Like he's dead? Like you don't just come to me and break the news like that. They'd be like, "Oh, we gotta go." Hold up,
Yeah,
bro.
man, Tony ain't
That's
going,
funny.
man. Stop fucking crying. It's
But-
fucked up. It's fucked up. I want the record to show it is fucked up.
It is,
But we ain't
but
got time for that shit, man. Took his
listen,
clothes, threw him on him, and hey, get the fuck up.
bro, he
Stop
dragged
playing.
his whole game system and everything.
You won't need no sandals and no fucking resort water either. I'll be waiting downstairs.
Hey, listen, because I ain't got time, bro. Like, you know, our lives are on the line, bro. I ain't got no time. Got no time for they like like I've tried, but like because you got Tony has been as patient as he could be. Bro, I done spent $15,000 or more, and I ain't got no time. I had to tell you this is what's going on because he tried it. Like I'm trying to clue you in, but at the end of the day, bro, I ain't got time. And AJ's process, in the midst of his process, bro, listen to me, bro. I laughed so hard. Watching it, I said this every time I watch this scene because it reminds me of a black parent. That's why it's so funny. I said your mama would jack your ass up like this. That's why it's so funny to me every time. Like, oh, your mama would drag you up. I don't care how old she will drag you up out the bed like this. Like what? That's why it's so funny. This is like very blackish, y'all. For those that are not black, this is why the scene is funny. It shouldn't be, but it is because my mama definitely would have dragged me or my brother. Bro, I can't tell you about stories of us getting spankings where my mama got busy on us, bro. It's not a joke. Trust me, but I'm gonna say those. But anyway, Carmela and Meadow, they go to see Janice and the kids, and Janice is a wreck. You know, she said, oh my God. And obviously, you know, this house is gonna have to be sold because she ain't gonna. There's nowhere near enough to earn on this house. And Paulie's there as well. Well, no, Paulie. Okay,
they're back at the crib.
They're back at the crib. You're right. You're back at the crib. Tony and Paulie are packing it up. Paulie admires AJ's blonde friend and says, "Good to be young, huh?" Now, my question is to y'all: is this because Paulie is a happy wanderer, or is it because of the theory of Paulie?
Just think, man, this ain't nothing new to me. The same way it's new to AJ and everybody. This ain't new to me. It's new to Bobby. Like, I'm gonna find the time to make. I'm gonna find the time to laugh and smile during the fucking wartime because, fuck it, we ain't gonna get out of here alive anyway. Like, you know what I mean? And in theory, like, just it's all a big nothing. That's what I mean when I say that.
So he really is the happy wanderer then.
I think he is. Yeah, I just think he's like whatever. I can find me noticing this young lady that AJ talking to ain't got nothing to do with the fact that we at war. They're two different entities. So if I comment on one, don't mean I ain't focused on what we doing here. And that's just he can't help it. That's just who Paulie is.
I would say too, Spike. Spike Lou. Probably turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
That's
we
funny.
about
That's
to
funny.
wrap. We about to wrap. But I get it is late. But I the only reason the theory part of it is like I'm looking at this. I got time to joke and laugh because I already know I'm good. When they asked about what about Paulie, he was like, "Oh, nah, leave Paulie out of it." Remember when they had that meeting when they were real solid about it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm still driving this theory of Paulie, like being in cahoots. So, but I think it works for what you said too as well, Rich. And then we get to our last scene. The guys pull up to the trap house.
Get the mattresses.
Yeah, get the mattresses. They all agree to stay and order a pizza. Tony has his gun to sleep with as he stares out the door, and they play this ominous, unsettling music.
Yeah, that's the one thing I probably remember the most about this episode. Just the way it ended and that music with that gun that Bobby
the
got.
gun. Yep. Facts.
And I
Like,
always
damn, this shit really it. This shit
and
really
I
it. We got
always
one more
wonder
episode.
what was going through Tony's head, bro. Every time it's like a flurry of thoughts, and I always wonder what's going through Tony's head. Should I have just took the 25%? I mean, obviously, well, we see one quick clip of like you probably never hear when it happens with the Bobby. We get that one thing, and that obviously the Bobby gun that he gave him. So, just really interesting, man. Really, really interesting. Every time I see it. What is there anything that stands out to you? I know this was a big deal back in the day when it came out. Spike, when you see this scene when Tony's gripping the shotgun, this last moment on this penultimate episode?
I think that he thinks that this is it. This is what I've had the conversations with Junior about. This is what I've killed Chris about. This is I have to be that person that nah I have to be that person that I want to be.
I gotta be this now. Like it's no going back now. Like no matter what it is, whatever I felt,
ain't no tiptoeing around it.
Nah. Like no more Melfi sessions, no more Artie Bucco, we laughing it up, no more.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no more my nephew, we're trying to create bonds. It's over with. Like this is it. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. What about you, Rich, before we close in our rankings and everything? What this scene right here, this is a very haunting scene, interesting scene.
Yeah, it's the shit's real. It was cool to see everybody say, I'm still game. Like, which
absolutely.
Now it's always like, man,
Facts.
what I want people to be going, can I trust everybody in this room that somebody ain't gonna get a drop to somebody? Especially since I know some people are playing both sides. Bert, you know what I'm saying? Carlo, your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know you weren't a part of that? So from the management side of it and from the paranoid side, but it's always cool to see the seal cut out too. I don't know if anybody out there, if you've never seen that, they wanted to have Seal be a part of this scene, so there's a cutout. It's like a Bing promotion of him somewhere in the corner. But nothing like the first time watching this episode. Everybody else downstairs ordering a pizza. Tony by himself because nobody else knows they have no idea what it's like to be number one. I need this time. Y'all can bullshit and eat pizza down here. I don't have an appetite because I know this might be my last good sleep. This might be the last time I get rest, and it ain't good sleep. I might not wake up tomorrow. I might not wake up the day after that, man. Like we don't even know where Phil is. There's no end in sight. Like nigga, this thing got to stay with me everywhere I go for the foreseeable future. That's why that music come in. Like nigga, this shit eerie. Shit can get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Like this shit over. Like it's. And if I go down, then whoever I can take with me, they going with me. That's why I got this ooh-wop with me. That's it. Boy, and that's how you close the episode. And then you know in your head, we got one more episode. And that's it.
Yeah, you cook right there.
That shit crazy, man. Nah, because that's how much this episode. The episode's great, but this final scene, as easy as it is, it takes us to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Tony looking at the door.
I'm looking at that door.
The ultimate level of isolation.
With the strap.
Yeah, with the strap, it's like, bro, it ain't just, it's feeling them coming. Is any of you niggas come through here on some different type of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm not I'm not in therapy no
Um,
more. I just did peyote in Vegas and I said I get it. I've embraced who I
um,
am. I don't know who is flipping. I don't know
fact,
who's turning, but whoever one of you niggas come in here and want to be on some funniness, I'm gonna blow your face off and I'm gonna be filled
facts.
with grief.
Fully clothed. Jacket still on. I
Bruh.
didn't take my jacket off, niggas. I'm ready to get to it.
Yes.
If I hear
Fact.
creaking the hallway, niggas up.
Cause once I got my family out the spot, I'm going out for mine.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen. All this for 15%. All right.
Mm.
All right. So before we get out of here, Spike Lou, how do you rank this episode?
Oh,
I mean,
made. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? I
What
gotta
are we
ask.
doing?
Yeah. I gotta ask because this is a part of the structure, but obviously this is Trips.
Mm.
Yeah,
Rich,
made.
made for me as well. Who gets the good earner chain? Spike Lou and Blue
Phil.
Comet.
Phil.
Oh,
I
good.
shucked y'all enough to where I y'all thought that we was about to go to war and I was about to be in the streets with y'all. Nah, I'm ducking off to Miami. Y'all don't even know where I'm at. I'm with my Gumar. Yes.
Finesse them.
Yeah, facts.
Mm.
Phil.
Okay. I ain't mad at that pick. Big Rich.
It's Phil. Mainly for the reason of Tony and Seal's conversation in the garage. He been missing. Ain't
Facts.
nobody seen him in 45 days. He been gone. Even if we were trying
Facts.
to get him, we still wouldn't have got him. Phil been gone. He been put the shit in motion. He hits first. It is what it is, man. It was just, and we ain't got no bodies, but they got a couple, as of what we know. At least
Facts.
they got Bobby and they hit Seal. Seal's status is
Facts.
still up in the air, but we actually got some shit done. And y'all took a shot and y'all missed.
Yep.
Mm.
Gotta be Phil.
Run up when you see me, nigga. We gonna see. I gotta go Paulie, man. Cause crazy as
Mm.
it is, Paulie has made the right decision. Like, I don't know how intentional it is. Like, I'm only gonna earn so much. I'm only gonna be considered so much. So I never be the number 3. I never be the top guy because I can always stay low. And Paulie was still low enough where he wasn't even considered from New York. Like, Paulie's just, that's why he's been able to be around so long, because Paulie is wise enough to know how to play it. I know how to get low when I need to. Like, Paulie's a very interesting character. It's like, as much as we hate or love him, interesting character and how he plays. He's a lot more strategic than people will give him credit for. So I gotta go Paulie Gaultieri. Just to switch it up. I mean, Phil would be the right answer, but just to give a number 2, I'm gonna go with Paulie Gaultieri. Or Walnuts, rather.
Mm.
Who gets the broken balls? Spike. And this might be Trips.
Oh, Trips.
If you say what I think, then I'm definitely gonna go with it.
Go. You go ahead.
Well, I'll throw it to Rich first then.
The Gumar's dad.
Damn. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Nah, Bobby. I know you were probably thinking Bobby.
Oh, absolutely.
What?
Yeah, Bobby a
Wait,
gangster.
what?
It's part of the world. It's
He
part of the
said
world you live in.
the Gumar's
The
dad.
Gumar's dad. Bobby, you a gangster. Not only you a gangster, you know that you're in the middle of a war. You know that shit's been set in motion. That's kind of common. Like, that's not more to fucking think I got a DHL package visiting my daughter and get popped.
Fact.
Yeah, that's like mistaken identity is the only reason I'm dead right now. Like, yeah, that's broken balls all day. Like,
Yeah,
I can prepare for the other shit. I can't prepare for that.
That's true.
Mo, what you have?
It's got to be Bobby Bacala, bro.
Mm.
Because you have been you rode this train, pun intended, to get to a place where you really wasn't what you thought you were, but you were just trying to live behind your father's legacy and your wife's nagging, and that really got you whacked, in my opinion. Like that, I feel that way. Like that really got you whacked for real. So
mine was
Bobby Bacala for me.
Mine was Janice.
Why?
You come begging for this money and you acting like I'm supposed to care about where Junior lines up after he shoots me. Like, nah, bro. I do not give a fuck. I'm the same way with Tony. Like, I'll put whatever I'll pull whatever I got out of my pocket and like, hey, you want
Mhm.
this? Cool. But nah,
The rent.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, mine was
Janice.
uh Janice.
All right, fair enough. What's your favorite quote from this episode, Spike Lou? Why we on your steam? Because there's a lot of good stuff in this one.
Hey, listen. Hey, Mo, ain't no scraps in my scrapbook, bro.
Come on with that.
That's it.
Come on with that.
ain't
No
no
scraps.
scrap. I
Ain't
don't give
no
a fuck about none of that. No scraps in my scrapbook, bro.
That's a fire line, bro.
Fact. He
He meant it. He meant it. He knew it was true.
Fact.
Mm-hmm.
Rich.
That's the answer, but for the sake of going different, I'm gonna go with the same scene. It either has meaning or no meaning.
I knew you was going there.
Yes.
Let's go.
My God.
Let's
Yes.
go. Either it has, because he was ready to die with this. Like, he was really ready to die with this thing of theirs, bro. Like, that's why I respect it. Either it has meaning or it
don't.
No meaning. Man.
What's yours, Mo?
All right, hold up. Now I got to revert a little bit because y'all both took some of that golden. All right, let me see. I think I'm gonna pull from that same scene. I just got to pull the quote back up. All right. Let me see. Nah. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull from somewhere else.
It's hard not to. I mean, listen. If it's one of those two quotes, I get it. Because I would have picked. I would have picked. There's no scraps in my scrapbook. That's the quote. It's one of the quotes of The Sopranos.
Yes, that's just one of them. Like, it's different. Damn. All right, I'm just gonna pull something out of that field monologue because it was good. I guess I just go with I let him come in the hospital last Christmas and I took his fat fucking hand in friendship. I don't know.
Mo, you had a heart attack.
Right. I guess I'll go with that. It's not great, but it'll do for now. And lastly, Spike Lou, your favorite moment of the episode.
No scraps in my scrapbooks, bro. Fuck this nigga. I don't give a fuck about what that crew got going on in Jersey. I am the big dog.
Okay, so you the sit down with his guys.
Yes.
Okay. Rich.
That's a great question. So it's gonna be between that scene. It'll be between Bobby getting murdered, and it'll be the final scene
That's
we
really
just
good.
discussed.
That's a good one.
Fuck. It's got to be the field scene, man. It's probably the most.
With the sit down as well?
It's one of the most YouTube scenes that I pull up. Not just of Sopranos, but of any show.
Facts.
Like, it's just every time I watch it, I'm just amazed by how perfect it is. Now with the Bobby, the one, it's mixed. It's bittersweet because I got to see my guy get gone. So it's hard for me to pick that one. And the last scene doesn't mean as much if you don't have the events of the episode. But just as a standalone, like just out of context, not knowing anything else that's going on, that field scene is fucking 10 out of 10, man. Chef's kiss.
Facts.
Like the last scene is Chef's kiss, but you need context to appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. For me,
Man, it's so well done, though.
Tony telling AJ Uncle Bobby is dead and then having to get AJ together real quick.
Yeah, that's
How'd he get shot?
A brief moment of compassion, but it's like, bro,
how'd he get shot?
What do you mean he got shot?
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
I was just starting to get better. Like, bro, listen.
Hey,
look.
Manhandle that nigga.
Listen, I ain't got time. I don't got time for you right now.
I'll smack the shit out of you right now.
With all you got going on.
How about you get shot?
Yeah, bro. How about that? How about that?
Why are you asking me questions right now, bro? I smacked
Hey,
the
but I
shit out
feel
of you.
AJ. One of the few times I feel
Hey, no,
AJ.
I
Because
felt
man,
it.
what
I
you mean he
definitely,
got
I
shot? Like,
felt
you
it because you
can't just come in here and drop that shit on
You
me, and then
want
I think
to
I
run
get no
that Bobby
follow
one more
ups.
time? Like you just
Yeah,
go
like
gloss over it? Like he's dead? What do
That's
you
funny.
mean, bro? But nonetheless,
Damn.
man, that is our episode, man. I hope y'all have enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed talking about Blue Comet. Rate, review, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Y'all want to reach out, goodearnerpod@gmail.com, as well as good Instagram, goodearnerpod _Sopranos. And we got one more episode left. Next episode, we will give y'all the layout on how things will look for the future of this podcast. And maybe we'll tell y'all what's next. Maybe we won't. They know, but they don't know. I'll put it
Thank
that way.
y'all.
So in the meantime, in between time, remember, don't forget about it.